It's our final day here in the tournament capital of Kamloops. Our final day at the Scotties. They have been almost perfect this week in Kamloops.
Brianna Harris trying to curl it up, the slash, the double, what a shot! Clutch, Carrie Einarson.
Team Canada poured it on in that 3-4 game, never trailing. Carrie Einarson now with a chance for a 4th straight championship. A runner-up twice, Krista McCarville is hoping the 3rd time is the charm. Northern Ontario looking to bounce back after last night's loss. It's the semifinal from the Scotties, and it's next. One more day of a Scotties play here at Sandman Centre. Then we'll turn it back to the Kamloops Blazers as they return from a 6-game road trip. Semifinal coming up, Northern Ontario against Team Canada. But let's go back to yesterday's 8 playoffs. And first of all, the 3-4 game, Team Canada against Nova Scotia. It's been a wonderful week for Christina Black and the team out of Dartmouth, but they didn't have the stuff to beat Team Canada as they rebound with a sensational game, looking very sharp after a loss to Manitoba the night before. Meanwhile, there you have the silver medalists from a year ago, Northern Ontario. They look really, really nervous. And here in 10, Jen Jones getting all kinds of help from the likes of Mackenzie Zacharias. How nice is that? How good does that make you feel if you're Jennifer Jones as they go on to the win and put themselves into the championship tonight, awaiting the winner of this one, the semifinal, Northern Ontario against Team Canada. And on this Sunday afternoon, our final day here in Kamloops, we do say hello, Canada, and welcome back. Joe's here, Russ is here. We'll hear from Kathy momentarily. Northern Ontario coach Rick Lang says it's been at least a couple of months since they played that badly. What went wrong?
Yeah, the execution just was not there up the lineup. Leading into Krista's shots, she didn't know where to put the broom because she wasn't getting a read from the throws. I was so surprised to see this from this team because they practiced their technical so much. Nerves got the best of them last night.
They went into the room, had a chat for about 15 minutes, left the ice very quickly and said, you know what, we got to work this out. So back they went to the ice and practiced after that loss. As for Team Canada, ho-hum. They just look fine against Nova Scotia.
That's probably the best way to put it through the round robin. Ho-hum. It was just so easy. And it caught them against Jones. Gave up a steal of 4. That was the wake-up call. You could see it yesterday. The intensity was back. Because of the intensity, they were putting the broom in the right spot right from the get-go, and that makes a big difference.
So it is the semifinal coming up. The winner will move on to play Manitoba tonight for this year's Scotties Championship. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, you don't want to miss this. There's a chance for 2. Oh, wow, Mayer. Final stone. Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville. Right now, shot rock does belong to Canada. This is going to take a lot of rattling here. Run it back, kick it sideways. No! And it'll be 3 straight Canadian championships. Carrie Einarson.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like it. By PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
So from outside here in Kamloops, we'll come inside Sandman Centre. Semifinal of this year's Scotties, Team Canada against Northern Ontario. Time to meet the teams now, and it's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Northern Ontario, they hail from the Fort William Curling Club in Thunder Bay, skipped by Krista McCarville, and then backed up by Sarah Potts, Ashley Sipola, and Kendra Lilly. Team Canada from the Gimli, Manitoba Curling Club, Carrie Einarson, Val Sweeting, Shannon Burchard, and Brianne Harris as we go down the line. So Team Canada against Northern Ontario. Northern Ontario, coming out of that 1-2 game, had a choice of either the last rock or the stones. They've elected to take the hammer. So they'll have the last rock. Team Canada got the choice of color. They have gone with the yellow stones. And so there you see Northern Ontario playing red with the hammer here in the first. The brush down from Carrie Einarson to get us underway in this semifinal here in Kamloops. The Team Canada lead is Brianne Harris.
Having hammer for Northern Ontario after what we witnessed last night has to be huge. You know, they can try. I don't think Carrie will let them, but try to keep it a little simpler till they feel good about themselves in the surface.
Well, no, in fact, this is Reed Carruthers said they would likely throw the one guard and then see what happens. So they're coming out with this game plan for sure.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is allow for a team that struggled to have an open end to settle in.
Good, halfway. Yep, hard. Hard, Ash. Hard for line. You gotta keep going. Line's getting better. Keep going, Ash. Keep going all the way. Keep going. Get it over a bit more. Keep going a little more. Go. Good. Okay, good. 17.
All right, let's take a look at the keys to the game. We'll start with Team Canada.
Well, carry the momentum. You not only are they three-time defending champions, but what we saw from Carrie Einarson, the skipper, 96% yesterday. Keep that going and don't wait because of what we talked about already. That was Northern Ontario's worst game by a mile this week. Don't let them get comfortable.
Top four. Got the room. Okay, line's good now. Well, yeah, stay on it though. Okay, we're gonna over curl. I really want to go. Line's perfect now. 13 easy. Really good.
Very nice, Brianne Harris, right around that guard, sitting top four. Now the keys for Northern Ontario.
They need to forgive and forget. Forgive themselves for that performance. It's so crushing to be in the playoffs and not come out with your best stuff. Forget about that and just be sharp. This team practices their technical so much. Their default is to throw the rock well. Stay out of your own way and just go out there and play.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue. It is pure comfort.
No bounce on this line. Line's good. Stay close. No bounce.
Well, you know, the idea is to forgive and forget. As they said, they left the ice very quickly. Usually they will hang around the boards and sign some autographs or do something, but it was right into the room, and Rick Lang said, we sat there, we talked about it. Do you want to go out? Some said yes, some said no, and then finally the decision was we got to go back out and work out our problems, and so they were out for another half an hour.
And if that's me, I totally understand that mindset. You want to go to bed thinking about how you're going to make shots the next day. You have the opportunity to go out there, dial in a few cues, and just focus on that leading into the semifinal. They're still in a great position to make it to the final if they come out like their usual selves.
Yeah, if it truly was technical, you certainly want to throw a few before you leave the arena and be ready for tomorrow.
Well, I think that's, in fact, what it was. You heard Krista McCarville yelling almost every release, in particular from Ashley Sipla and Kendra Lilly. So she wasn't seeing what she normally sees.
Yeah, you usually know if it's close out of the hand, you hear either a clean or you don't hear any panic, but that line call out of the hand is something the skip wasn't expecting. So that usually means something technical is going on.
Whoa. Make sure the shooter goes, Kendra. Okay.
And we'll drive it by the second guard as we say good afternoon, Kathy. So as Northern Ontario was on the ice, Team Canada said no thank you.
Well, it's really interesting. This team is very confident, declining the opportunity to practice last night or this morning and to use the rocks and try to match and find a happier set. Coach Reed Carruthers says we're comfortable with the ice, we're comfortable with the stones, and he wasn't surprised in that 1-2 game last night that it wasn't perhaps the best played. He said we often see that. There almost feels like there's more nerves in that game than the final, and because of that, expects to see a very different Northern Ontario team today.
They do think a little bit about the history. They came through this very same way last year, coming through the 3-4 and eventually beating New Brunswick in this game, and then Northern Ontario in the final.
Yep.
Ashley Sipala.
Yep.
Opportunity here to connect on this little run back. The long guard over curling for Team Canada.
And we'll drive it by.
They only went edge of 8 for the guard. I was a little surprised. Yeah, last night they need a foot more ice than that. See, now we're going a little wider.
Yeah. How important, Joe? I'm going to make the assumption that you've had games similar to Sipala and Lily last night when you maybe didn't have any feel. How important were those first few stones the next time out?
Yeah, having a strong start after a disappointing performance and just having the nerves get to you, it's the worst feeling you can imagine. You're comfortable all week, and then all of a sudden, in the games that matter most, just you beat yourself essentially in your head. You're in your own way, and you can't perform. So having a strong start, they dialed everything in last night. You think about overnight, you get up in the morning, you think about where your focus is going to be. But really playing well in the first couple of ends just builds on that confidence going towards the second half.
So Lily here trying to clean up that center line. As you can see, there's her number.
Yep, hard.
It was the intern that was over curling.
Hard. Really hard. You gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta
Watch again now, and we'll drive it through the hole. And look where that shooter rolled now.
It was a bit of a perfect storm. We just saw it again. Kendra's intern, from the amount we've watched, has predominantly been narrow. Certainly last night. Krista's intern is predominantly wide, a little outward set. Both of them are fine if you get the broom in the right spot. And I think one was feeding off the other and really throwing the broom into the wrong spot.
Yeah, I agree. I think you'll over curl if we go deeper.
That's up to the skipper to make those adjustments. You have to know your own release, and you have to know your team's release.
Yeah, I think you can go a bit.
Yeah, harder in.
2.
Yeah, the draw this is the button through round robin were terrific.
Very high. 2. Over and on. 2. 2. Oh yeah, it's sliding. We're halfway.
No.
Mine's okay.
No. Sit. Stop.
That's good.
Good.
But again, to Kathy's point about Reed Carruthers and the stones, we asked him, are you unhappy? He said, no, yeah, sure. I'd like to have both, but I don't. But their confidence in these stones, to his mind, makes up for the lack of the hammer rush.
I would agree with that, especially if you think the other team doesn't have. And Northern Ontario doesn't spend a lot of time worrying about stones. I just watched Team Jones out here with my brother Glenn, and they spent the entire practice matching stones. 8 good stones that you're comfortable with probably will, in a 10-end game, be better than the hammer.
Kathy?
Well, Kerry has chosen the exact same stones that they used in their win against Christina Black. So obviously feeling that they do the right things. And to further your point, Russ, in terms of Northern Ontario, it's the exact same stones that they used last night. So they didn't feel, obviously, in their discussions after, that there was anything wrong with the rocks. It was operator error.
I was trying to draw in there. Jen thinks they're going to be freezing.
Even if they're right here, because if she double peels, then these aren't, like ours aren't close together.
Yeah. Okay.
Briefly talked about hitting the red rock on the right-hand side of the screen just to eliminate a Northern Ontario rock from the rings, but they've got a nice setup here. It is
and then we can
not easy to get to shot rock for Team Northern Ontario.
No question. And if they could get it into that type of area, it guards the shot rock. And then, as they say, if these are peeled, whoops, the other way around, if those are peeled, then it's very difficult to run that one in because of this rock they're throwing right now.
Okay, she makes the double peel, and then I have to
Then we're at
hit
least
that
right
one.
on top, yeah.
Okay,
Line
what
is
are we
so
thinking
important
here?
here, though. If this hangs out wide, you could leave a double.
No kidding. Yeah, you're almost better heavy here and get it buried. They should know this spot, though.
Top 4.
I think it's there right now. Okay, line's closed.
Line's pretty good.
Line's
Should
good.
Top 4. Lead only right now.
Yep. Whoa.
Line's
Lead
good.
through,
Top 4. Line's good. Clean. Top 4. Okay, line's good. Yep. Line's good. Top 4. Lead only. Line's go good. for lead Top a 4. little bit. The bit of space is good. Doesn't have to be then right to it. We can wait then. Good. Really good.
Thanks, Kurt.
So you saw 96% for her against Nova Scotia. Compare that to the 80 that she threw in that loss to Manitoba.
Yeah. This way. Yeah.
So brought up
Do you
the
guys
game.
like the draw?
I don't mind it.
If we double peel and she guards, though, we are going to have a draw. At least if we're full 8, we only give up the 1.
Yeah.
Whereas if we try this and come a little deep, we might be shooting against 2, but then you've just shot it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We gotta go here.
I like it. She was almost middle there.
Was she? Okay, so let's go here more.
Yeah. I don't.
How important is this, Russ, to the team's psyche? I don't want to too much emphasis on it, but I'm just thinking, if you could wrap one around here after they sunk that early one and pick up a single, if not more, for Northern Ontario.
Yeah, your brain's going a mile a minute, especially after not their best effort yesterday. And you know, if this shot's missed, it's a steal at 2 or something. Then it's tough. I'm sure this team can do it, but it's tough to rebound. You lock this thing in here, and the skipper's got the draw weight, and the whole team rallies around that.
If they make this good, they could have a chance at the skips too.
For sure.
Just got no help up the line, and Rick Lang said as much.
Hold it out there if you can.
Don't want to.
Okay, line's good. Don't say.
Line only.
Line's good.
Line only.
Krista McCarville.
It's heavy, guys. Whoa. Line's really good.
No.
And you wrap this around and stop it for shot, and it'll
Hard,
just slide.
further. Go.
And that little bit too heavy to the back edge of the 4. Shot rock still is Team Canada.
Not really wanted, but a very nice attempt.
Yeah, just got to get past our top one a bit. Yeah.
I think with
I
third.
mean, the curl is there for sure.
Yeah.
That's really close.
A perfect line, just 3 feet too heavy, 4 feet too heavy.
Whoa. Line's really good.
No.
It's the old few rocks down that same spot repetitively.
Go.
Good try. But
What is that?
get this, imagine they're going to stay in front of the button here as opposed to freezing.
Yeah, if we can, for sure.
So you go tickle the top of the button. Northern Ontario's got a big decision to make. Really quick here by now.
A little less. Yeah, I want to go out for weight. Yeah, you can go line 2. We're happy right now. Tighter. Kate, go for line. Got weight. Line's okay now.
Go weight.
She barely let it go.
Top 4. Weight's close.
And Brianne said, we want to go for weight.
Come down. Keep going.
How precise they are. This front end has really helped raise the bar when it comes to front end play.
Yep, go.
Boy, they're going to sink another one. They're going to get it there. And look at that. They've got 2 sitting top 4.
That is just perfect.
Beauty.
And the other amazing thing on that is they knew before that thing was out of Carey's hand that it was a hair light. You got the call from Val, a hair tight, and they managed it right to the X.
Yeah, and the impressive part there, Russ, is they're on that the whole way, but they're looking up the whole way. They're reevaluating the entire way, making sure that sweep isn't carrying it farther than expected. They're such smart sweepers.
And now you're coming out here and going to play the out turn, Russ, in a path that hasn't even been played.
So it's an educated guess. It's going to be a little slower, probably a little more curl. Probably won't hog line in. It doesn't matter what the watch says. Hog line in, it might not glide like it certainly does on that in-turn side. It would be easy to throw this perfectly, and the brushers mismanage it and come up light.
I gave it.
Just 48% on her draw weight last night, as we say. She didn't get any help. So it's a draw against 2.
Ash's rock, it's running like it's there.
Sipala. Now, Lily Sipala. Can you help this over and get it to the 4 and get it to stop? Can you get it to stop? Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that. In a must-have. Northern Ontario and Krista McCarville.
She threw as much as she dare because she knew it was slower, and they didn't touch it all the way down. And it starts to grind here now. How good is that?
Oh, that'll settle the nerves. What a great draw, McCarville. It's the semifinal of this year's Scotties here in Kamloops. What a terrific draw that was by Krista McCarville. Facing two. Top 4 foot. A path that they just did not know. As Russ suggested, a straight guess. And she grabbed enough of the 4 for the single point. So Team Canada will have the hammer. They have the last rock here in 2, playing the Yellowstone.
Krista McCarville's numbers weren't very good yesterday, but she was extremely close, you know, inch wide, inch narrow, just ticking on a few rocks coming into the paint.
Well, absolutely. In fact, Rick Lang said as much. You know, they were still in it. Maybe 3 shots was the difference. But boy, considering how fragile they may have been stepping onto the ice, this helps a lot.
Unbelievable. Now the whole team knows Skipper's ready to go. He's one of the best shot makers we've seen in, I'd say, at least a decade in Canadian curling, and just no mistake at all. Just got it there, though.
For the single to give them the early lead. The key shot brought to you by PKT Tires, growing together.
It helps bolster the whole team. Even as the sweeper, you put that rock in the right spot. Part of that shot, judging the guess, that was really precise, but just builds that confidence. You give up a steal in the first end and immediately you're chasing. It just changes the whole landscape of the game.
Whoa, whoa. Curl, 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 curl.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not rolling them.
Okay, thank you, good. Bump.
He was really upfront with Kathy and me today. Rick saying that, as he called it, Kathy said they were super struggling and just not technically good.
Yep.
He's just very open about the team, and you know, he just said if you don't have the technical working for you, you have nothing. And so he said they struggled with broom placement, and then whether it was in the right spot or not, they struggled to hit it. And he just knows that it has to be a different team today. It's not tweaking, it was an overhaul needed.
Just squeak this high guard. If that crashes, it's a pretty simple setup for 2 for Team Canada.
How many of these we've seen this week, eh?
I think Rick Lang is a coach that gave me one of the best pieces of advice in my curling career, and it was you need to learn to love the ice. No matter what surface you're on, you need to approach it with the mindset of I'm so excited to figure this out and see what it gives me instead of working against it.
And the roll is underneath. They'll tuck a piece in, but just back of the tee line. Marie Carruthers handling the coaching duties, and we'll see him, of course, at the Briar in London. I think, Kathy, the most interesting thing he said, you asked him, and he will, in fact, take some of the things they have done here and apply it to his team.
Well, he talked about the pregame practice that is now 2 throws, one the in-turn and one the out-turn, and how to manage the ice the best after that. He really noticed that teams got caught early in the game. What they do is debriefs, the approach to the game, and he said it's impossible to not watch this week and feel that there's some things that you want to take to your team. So he feels it's a win for him to be a part of this team, even beyond what happens this week.
Keep going, keep going, go, keep going. Okay, good, good sweeping.
That's nice. Kendra Lilly.
Ball thrown.
Yeah, and, you know, again, we'll just go back to yesterday. They wouldn't have had that brush in the right spot. And if they did, somebody may have turned it or been soft on the release. Right now, through the first, 1.5 ends, Northern Ontario is looking much better.
Yeah, they really are. There's no question about it. And, you can make 4 curlers pretty bad no matter how talented they are if you can't read the sheet.
So that's a better than expected number. 50 is what you look to achieve, and they're 50% on their hammer efficiency, scoring at least 2 or more with last rock. Nobody else in the field is 50 or above.
Do you think I have to shoot a little? I think similar is good now, right? What do you think? Care more?
Yeah.
Yep. Whoa. More weight.
Yep. Hard.
A little more weight out of the hand. Still going to have to fight to get it by this guard.
Curl.
They did.
Go. Thanks.
And they'll make the takeout. Just a little bit of a turn towards the center line.
Yeah, the only way you're going to get that buried is soften the weight a little bit. A little more room now that that kicked open.
There you go. Didn't see many smiles yesterday. Val Sweeting.
Care more. Whoa, curl. Just a little bit more. Curl. Can you go under center?
Curl, keep going.
This is Val's out turn. Out turns normally run a little straighter than the end.
Keep going, Curl it.
Wow, look at that. You know how that stone, Joe, changed halfway down. Brianne Harris saying to Carrie Einarson, I don't think this is going to move. Can we roll it towards the center? And then that stone did make the hook, and they actually get it underneath.
Yeah, we're seeing a new technique when the sweeper is trying to make it curl. Instead of having their broom the long way in front of the rock, they turn it so that it's a skinny way, and they call that knifing. It creates a temperature difference in the ice and helps have that rock curl into the fresher stuff. And it's really hard when you turn your broom like that to get maximum pressure down, but Shannon Burchard does such a great job of getting her upper body over top of her broom head and just maximizing that pressure. It feels really awkward as the sweeper, but she has perfected that technique.
Less surface area, and you can scratch it a little better. That moved. That really did move.
Almost more.
Yeah.
Skip stone.
Yep.
They still think they've got a piece here.
Hard.
One more time, Sipola. It's all up to you. Can you squeak this by? Can you get it by? They did. Now, where's this roll going to go? Take it over. Take it over. Oh, dear. She's feeling it. A much different Krista McCarville.
Good guys.
That was a really hard shot. The rock has come up so much farther in the house. There's less time for it to curl past the guard. Had to get the weight absolutely perfect here, and they're able to hold it straight enough to get the roll to the center line. It's probably almost completely covered around this high guard. Had to get that by, or else it's a simple 2 for Team Canada.
And almost underneath as it sits for shot stone.
It's official. Team Canada's going to have to work for this one.
Well, and we haven't seen this path. We saw that to the wing, really worked in. Both teams have a great idea where to put the broom here, but we have not seen this line. It forces your opposition to throw something different.
Weight's great. Little solid.
Clean.
Yep.
Carrie Einarson.
Hard.
Care of hers.
Whoa, curl.
Now you need to curl it. And here we go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. Gotta get it over. Get it over. Get it over. Get it over. Oh, dear.
Okay.
And they'll just chip it a little bit more.
Just threw it through the break. I don't think she was wide. Just a lot of speed.
It peaks a little bit now on that in-turn side.
Just no big snap at the end, no big curl because of that extra weight. I think sweepers got caught. The path ran faster than expected.
Yeah,
I don't mind here.
I think they thought it'd be crispy in there, and like it was during the start of the week.
This is where I gave you.
Yikes.
Tapped that red one a little bit up into the top button area. This will be a tough score.
Like 15 or
Well, yeah,
less?
14. We had 14 on stairs, right? And we saw
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
got it, so I think that's good.
Both teams would throw a few of these in practice just out of,
Line's pretty important too.
Yeah.
Too. Okay. So even if we're top 12,
what they've done
we're
all
in line,
week, so
right?
they will have a very good idea here.
You got it, Krista.
Where you leave this stone, Russ, to my mind, may be very important.
Well, yeah, if it's open, there's a pretty simple double to actually get a blank out of it. If you bury it, there's a very good chance you can steal two. Get this tight.
Hold it out there.
Wait,
hold the line. Got it. Hold it out there. Hold the line. Hard line.
Tight line early here.
We're tight.
Pressure in this area.
Sipola, left. Lily, right. Oh, dear.
Okay. What was that?
That side was slower on Krista's down at the far end, but I think a bit of a soft release got it into the middle too early.
Just didn't quite get it wide enough.
Yeah.
And just tap it back 8, yeah.
Like tap, like with what turn?
They're both about the same if you consider that this draw or this
I
card's
just
higher.
don't think I can throw enough, like, to tap it.
It's like the in's curling a little
I think
more.
back 8 is going to be close if we can go to curl it past the guard.
Yeah, we just have to whisker this one and we
get
should be
close here.
fine.
Yeah, with back
Just
8.
has to go
For sure.
half back 8. Okay.
Yeah, like thinking throwing like back line or like back 12.
I
Yeah,
think
you could throw back 12.
8, back 12. Like,
Yeah.
you just got to move it through the button.
I think you'll get a good bite if it's close weight.
I think
Yeah.
that should be close then, hey?
I thought max, if anything, just the way that one ran.
Surprised by Carrie's first, but it was probably closer to hack weight. It flew through the house pretty quick, so you take the weight off here. There should be more of a break to it.
Yeah, because hers did nothing.
And the only other option is to play the yellow angle slash, which is really hard. That rock is far from the ring, so you'd have to hit it absolutely perfect. I like how the sweepers frame this for Carrie.
This looks a little more natural to get in there. Yeah.
More room around the long guard to get curl, but it might be a little straighter on this side.
If you feel in the run, we could do that too. But I think this is there. And you just seen it.
Yeah.
You got it here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, just
we
back.
also just saw the brushers maybe mismanage this stone down this path, correct? I mean, how much do they have to make an adjustment?
No, I think this is good.
They were surprised by her first one and how well it ran, so they're just feeding that information up now,
Yeah.
and they'll be close on this one.
Shot rock belongs to Northern Ontario. Center line, top of the button. You heard Brianne Harris say, we just got to whisker that top guard. And it's up to Harris now to help this over. And there you go.
Keep going.
Lot of weight again.
Yeah. And again, one more time, and by it goes.
Okay, Gary. Here. Okay.
First stone
This is hard, yeah.
is a steel stone. All the while, Manitoba, Jennifer Jones, are watching and waiting to see who they will play in tonight's championship final. This is the semi-final of this year's Scotties. Welcome back to Kamloops. Northern Ontario opened with a single, steal of 1. So once again, it's Team Canada, 3-time defending champions with Last Rock playing the yellow stone. But that stone, how close it was to possibly being a steal of 2. Had Krista McCarville even found the rings with her last stone. But it turns out to be a single, 2-0. Northern Ontario as we pick up play here in 3.
So true, Beck. They locked that in there. Top 4, top button area. Probably a steal of 2.
Yeah, I think if they'd been in the rings or even frozen to their own, you would have seen Carrie play that slash. She wouldn't have played the tap
Right.
again. But that was a very low percentage option as well.
Really good.
Kind of, you're in 14.5, so it's nice now, eh? And it curls nice?
Yeah.
Curls nice. It's not, it doesn't feel lightning to me.
It's interesting. They're throwing up the center line guard here, up 2-0. I'd be tempted to play the chase around the corner. Only thing with the 5-rock rule, if you happen to rack on the guard and move it out of play, it would have to go back.
Okay, go hard then. Gotta curl. Gotta curl.
You mean on the wide side? You can see a bit of it? Yeah, you could chase that on the intern side.
Kendra, go Kendra. Go Kendra, go. Yes, Kendra. Hard, Kendra. Go, go, go. Hard, you gotta go. You gotta go hard. Gotta go. Go, 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 go. Hard, hard. Good. Shot, Ash.
Yeah.
You got any of
Yeah,
it?
that way too.
It's pretty much dead theory.
Or do you play the top 12 one
Can
into
do
it?
the top 12 one.
Yeah.
The double's pretty natural, and you could roll behind the corner.
It's either that or you make this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And roll ours big over there, I guess.
Play bumper.
Okay. Where do we want shooter to go?
Yeah.
Well, shooter, if we're playing bumper, will probably go to like there. If we make the double.
Yeah. I was wondering if we play 10 just to get the big roll. Yeah, we can try big roll first and the double's a bonus, or...
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
So
it.
10?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
This,
the roll is more important.
in
to
my
get
mind, is one of the
away.
most knowledgeable front ends. Of course, Val's down there chatting too, that I've ever seen.
They found a nice balance, though. All four players having played skip pretty much their whole lives. They seem to know how to manage their discussions. They're never yelling on every rock. They're never fighting amongst themselves. It's a very smooth communication setup.
Shannon Burchard. Harris. Oh gosh, they got it by, and then they stuffed it. They didn't get the roll they wanted, but they'll leave that shooter. Center line, top edge of the 12. They've got two in there, but that Northern Ontario stone is locked.
That's a good spot too.
Totally buried that shot rock Northern Ontario red now.
Yep, 10. Whoa.
Ashley Sipola.
It's coming pretty hard.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, yep, yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Watch this roll, and they'll
shot,
duck
Ash.
another one underneath. Look at that. It's
9-9.
third shot, but it's covered too.
9-9. Nice shot, Ash.
Chase this one.
I don't think so.
If you tick that one, it's not terrible.
Yeah, I think the run looks nice. Yeah. Hair low. I like that too.
This is Shannon's strength. She makes contact on so many of these, but look at this perfect roll. They throw all of their hit and rolls so hard.
Yeah.
It's always that control weight, and I wonder if they took the weight down a bit and used their sweeping, they'd probably make more. That one was perfect, though.
I've commented on that for years. That, you know, that technically they're so good they're getting away with it.
Here we go. How many will you touch? One stuffed it. Oh, and catches it and does. Spills a couple and leaves the Northern Ontario stone back of the 12. Very nice. Shannon Burchard.
Great shot.
86% for the week. Nice shot.
Yep.
And leaves the shooter out in front, something to come behind. They already have one covered. Shot rock, Team Canada.
Yeah.
Bob here.
Top edge of the 8.
I thought no, like for if they split
it
the
will be.
ring.
Yeah.
Just one shot, and all of a sudden, the whole makeup of the end is different. That is such a weapon on a team to have that accuracy with those run backs.
Shannon's played 10 games. She's out curled her opponent 9 times.
Whoa,
5% or higher, more.
Go, Ash, go. Hard, Ash. Really hard. Really hard.
It's not ideal.
Let's fight the 8.
Fight? Okay. All right, top 12, top 8 now.
Those inside outs were moving a lot earlier in the week, and as the weeks progressed, they've just straightened right out. When it's a high guard, too, it doesn't have as much time to curl past the hog line. They run straighter than you expect them to.
I like the weight. Top 8. We're top 12, top 8.
Right to my broom.
Top 8,
This
top
is
4.
Krista McCarville's shot in the first end, so they'll have a pretty good guess now.
Oh, sorry. It's okay.
There it goes.
T-line?
No, it's 14.
Yeah.
Just here's fine.
Just gotta die. Sit down. Okay. Sorry about that. That's okay. No worries. All good.
Let's go, Kendra.
Bounce back time for Kendra Lilly. Forget that last miss. You have an opportunity here to shut down the end. Really decrease the scoring area for Team Canada.
I liked it. I thought it was there.
Line's good. Stay
Line
close.
only. Weight's good.
Yes. Hard line.
Somebody said go,
Line's
and
good.
they
Yeah,
do.
hard line. Hard line.
Gotta go,
really
line.
hard. Where are we,
Potts right.
guys?
Sipola left.
Top 8. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Over curling. Whoa. No, 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 no. Never, never, never.
Keeps going, it'll be wide open.
Sit.
And look at that. Look at that center line. It does peak now on that intern side.
Pretty good spot.
Yeah.
You'd love to tap that out, but how?
Wait was good.
Like I was
Can't
out
get to the nose, you don't think?
Sorry?
Push it through.
I felt like I was out
Yep,
to that,
you
but-
probably could, Vic, but it,
Gotta try.
Yeah.
Just play it tight.
Yeah, even if you tick and roll in, that's pretty
It's
good.
just in a good spot for them.
I agree.
Like,
Throw like back here.
yeah.
I love the call because you basically lost your end if you don't do something with this. If you ever make this and sit the 3, A couple of them are buried. It's just tough.
Even if you happen to jam it and roll your shooter, it's going to take some guts for Krista McCarville just to guard that and ignore 2 of your rocks in the house. You have to deal with this rock. It's in too good of a spot.
Well, Sweeting, they asked for backline weight right out of their hands. Somebody said, yep, backline, but they're going to flirt now with this guard coming up. Oh, it's coming, and in a hurry. It's coming in a hurry, and they touch it on the way by. And then they do kiss it. If that takes the steam out of it, it may hang around at the back, and that still may be just nibbling.
Hit the back side of that thing. That was golden. Fell through it exactly the way she had to. She cannot miss wide.
I think the difference here, we saw it run so straight coming the other direction, but that was the perfect weight. Just back line where you had the break and where you saw some curl, they almost were able to hold that. Unfortunately, they didn't hit enough of the guard to get it out of the way. They just feathered it.
Yeah, more weight, you get rid of the guard, and you stay in the rings with the back one.
I think we could talk to Reed. Probably that's what they want to do.
You like that hit?
It's an early timeout.
You like the hit?
Well, that's being called by Rick Lang. He can generate that T-bar from behind the boards.
Put it right where you called it. She's got a inch-high hit and till I3.
Yeah, that's why.
And maybe this back one's into lie 4.
Yeah.
So you put it right where you were calling it. She's just got that
Well,
slash.
no, I was calling it to overcurl it.
Well, that's a very delicate shot.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I like the intern better with what you were suggesting, Sarah. Just bounce. No, I would say red back, even, and try to flop in a little bit.
Like
So
If we hold them to 2 here, we're good.
I know, but if we go to the inside, we're tapping our red open, and then they have
it's
a
going to
hit
be
and
open.
flop.
That's fine.
And then our guard, ours is unusable because it's
It's second shot though, and they're going to be open. If we can get it to the point where they can't move that red, so we just tap that red a foot.
Just cross it a hair.
Just a hair on the nose.
Just a hair. We don't want to flop fully buried.
Yeah, just flop an inch, and so
Lie
that we
first
could
and
run
third.
it in next time.
Yeah, I like it.
All right?
Well, the fact that
So, you know,
center
what you
guard
gotta
has
show
been moved over, Russ, that helps them get to the nose, obviously, of their own stones.
Yes, yeah. What Rick's worried about is queuing up some type easy double, and there's a lot of yellow in there.
Just throw like
Try and overcurl it. Throw T-line. Try to overcurl it.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, they were talking about playing the freeze on the yellow in the 4-foot
With the outturn.
and making sure they just over curl it a little. There's no lack of curl in this spot, and Krista knows this spot. And he said, oh, that's a really precise shot.
Yeah.
But the shot he's calling is equally precise.
Yeah, it's 6-1.
Perfect weight,
Yeah.
perfect line.
Yeah.
But a good time.
A little more room for error here, Vic, because you've got the tap, you've got a few options by ticking it back and rolling. But you're right, to get to that exact spot, it's 6-1.
But he sees the possible pain here. He's looking at them, Team Canada maybe getting 3, and if that biter at the back is in, a 4 spot.
Still biting.
Yes, because it might cue up a possible triple even, but I like this call too. I like it a hair better because there's options if she's heavy.
Yeah, 48 more like.
You could even raise your own if you thought you could make it, sit the 2, roll buried.
So a quiet tap and then just flop over a little bit. Not much.
Back 4. Yes, line. Line's good. Yeah, back 4.
Sipple up.
Hard line.
And Lily, McCarville's hers. Just across the nose.
Keep going. Just go.
Just across the nose and tap it back.
Whoa.
Oh dear. Over curl. And they'll come to the shot rock.
Well, Rick called that timeout, and if you remember, Reed Carruthers said he was kicking himself when Jennifer played Gary Einarson in that loss, feeling that in the end they gave up 4. He should have called a timeout. So often in these games, the timeouts are saved for time at the end of the game rather than interventions on strategy. So I think for Rick Lang today, he's going to make his point when he feels he needs to.
Whatever you know to make it, I like.
Yeah. She makes us, I think we got the vaccine freeze.
You have to hit this pretty thin to get it across the top. This one, as Rick was worried about, could go to there. It's kind of ironic because Rick changed the call, and now there might be a triple.
I like it. I went to the same spot anyways. That was hard to do.
Yeah, you say it's so release sense of. You're a little soft with an intern. It's gone.
Carrie Henderson and her first, and Harris has got her. Now Burchard helping over. How many you got here? Bang. Finn.
Nice shot.
And across that stone at around 8 o'clock. But they are sitting 2, Team Canada.
Very nice. Not far off. A shade thinner, you might have been able to tickle that. Didn't have to move it far.
A little bit. I also thought.
Good news and bad news though for Team Canada. Northern Ontario just had the practice shot. They locked this in. It'd be 3-0. She was a little soft on the release. You could tell by the line call. So if she gets a little crisp, gets this out, it could go that 2 feet too far.
Line's good. Little wider. Line's really good. It's running like it's there. We are right now. Got it, girl. Whoa, it looks heavy. It's not heavy. Kendra then. Kendra then.
No, we're there.
Boy, it does look heavy, for sure.
Kendra, it's got to curl. Hard.
Look out, look out, look out.
Wait, it's perfect.
Now that's, I don't know, who do you point a finger at there?
Well, it's just predictable, Vic. You're throwing at 148 feet and it's shoot at 149. And
Like here.
I know. Well, that's
I said hard, like.
Oh.
I said hard curl. It was so close.
I know.
It's just the difference in the paths. She was wider on that one, into the better stuff, runs the length of the sheet, and then breaks late. The first one, she was tight early. They had to go for her line pretty much the whole way, just caught more curl. And what Krista was saying was, I was calling curl early, and we didn't do it. But they've changed the makeup of their team this year. We have Sarah Potts in the house, who only played a few events in the fall.
Well, it was.
So she doesn't have a lot of reps managing the house. That's a skill that takes years to learn.
Do you like that broom or hairless?
I like this. I think I'll be able to hold it. So
Yeah, I just thinking it might run straight.
I like it a lot. That with bump is perfect. Just bumper.
get the weight right here. That's what went wrong last end.
And a frustrated Krista McCarville just ended her conversation with Sarah Potts. This could result in a 3 spot here.
Weight's good. Heavy bump. Curl.
Burchard. By that card. Got to get across the nose, though. Got to get it across the nose. And that's the way it's done. So Team Canada takes advantage of some miscommunication, and they put 3 on the board. Rachel Holman. They were champions a year ago. They're champions again. A Scotties championship for Manitoba. Chelsea Carey, the Canadian champions. Got to run this back and catch it, run it back. Got it for a 3rd Canadian championship, Rachel Holman. And it's a win for the record books for Jennifer Jones. Alberta will steal for the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. Canada, say hello to your new champions from Manitoba. And it will be a 2nd straight Canadian championship. 3 straight Canadian championships. Carrie Einarson. And the winner of this one will go on to tonight's final against Manitoba, where Jennifer Jones will look to win a 7th Scotties. Tournament of Hearts. McCarville looking to win a 1st after 2 silvers. And of course, Einarson, if she can get there, will try to win a 4th straight championship. 3-2, Team Canada leads it. That's a nice reply after giving up the first 2 points. And so here in 4, as we welcome you back to Kamloops, Northern Ontario, the team from Fort William and Thunder Bay have the last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Redstone. So centers go up. Around go Team Canada as Northern Ontario plays the corners.
That was a shame for Team Northern Ontario. You get that freeze, you know, half buried top 8. It's a tough 2. You just can't be heavy. You cannot bounce off like that. Just thought it was going to come down, I guess, and didn't carve it.
Yeah.
What were you looking for from the line caller on that shot when you're trying to freeze?
Yeah, before the shot is even thrown, I'm kind of running through a pre-sweep routine. Like, okay, if I hear the line is wider, I'm going to assume this will run better because that inner stuff will come down and curl a little bit more. If I hear lines the same, then I'm going to be aggressive with this. I always kind of have a plan in my head, and then I'm imagining what I want to see coming out of the thrower's hand as you come to the hog line. Yes or no, is this what I wanted? And then just managing it from there.
Always, Brienne. Got to get to center. Oh, crap.
We talked about the Northern Ontario sweepers. They're very good at judging the rock, but they don't use a lot of specifics when they're calling weight very often. They'll yell, weight's good, or weight's close, and that's great. But once you get kind of halfway down the sheet, you want to try to give the line caller a good idea of where it is. If you're yelling T-line, well, T-line was too much in that situation. And then the line caller knows, okay, we can carve this the whole way.
And it's something the really elite, isn't it? You know, I mean, I mentioned yourself and Lisa when you were together, and this pairing here of Harris and Burchard. You've just raised that level. That communication starts really when the stone is released.
Yeah, and the impressive part about Brienne and Shannon is that they're so bang on out of the hand often. They'll yell top 12 and they're off by a foot maybe at most. Like they get such a good read early, which is so helpful for the line caller in the house.
1 and 3. You got it. Okay, sounds good.
And every year after their season, when they have their season-long debrief, they think and talk about what can we do to improve. And one of the things when we talked to them early in the season, one of the things that they said as a front end is one will keep their head down, barely look. The other one will act as the GPS, and they will direct them. You just keep your head down. I'll tell you what you're doing and where you're going.
Yeah, that's such a such a tough dynamic to perfect because you have to have full trust in each other, and sometimes one sweeper sees it better than the other one. So both sweepers are still actively engaged in judging that rock, but they have such a great seamless way that they trade off who's sweeping, who's managing.
And then if they crash, they're recalculating.
They're always talking, and especially I can't talk enough great things about Brienne Harris. I mean, her athleticism this week, she's expecting a baby in a few months, and she's just giving it everything she has out there. She's such an athlete, and I'm so impressed.
Can you get enough of that top one to run the red back? You could with a softer weight. They're going to throw a lot of weight, 9.5.
I think they have to hit what they can see here. Just squeak that top guard.
Kendra Lilly.
Whoa. Whoa. Yes. Yep. Hard. Hard.
And across the top.
Go.
Oh, they'll just bounce theirs in. So they got a little break there to catching the top and under cover. So they're sitting 2 and 3, Northern Ontario with last round.
Same spot.
I think that was the best they could do. They threw it so hard that there was no chance for that rock to curl past the top guard. They had to get it by that top yellow Team Canada stone.
Yeah, I thought we might see a softer weight choice there. When he got really 2 more chances to get that shot rocket out of there, and then they probably have to draw for a single.
Just a 2. 3. It's going to slide a hair better this time. 3.
Yeah. Same spot, I want to say. Yeah. If anything, deeper.
Line's good.
Yeah.
Corner it.
Very similar. Oh, it's coming down again.
Curl it a hair.
Yeah, same spot.
Curl. Line's getting there.
Curl.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
Good.
Wow.
Good, Val.
That came down rather quickly because I think I heard someone say we could corner freeze it.
I thought you
Yeah, it looked deeper.
Gotta hit it here.
She's saying like
just
this.
off nose.
Okay.
Worst case, I mean, we call it thin,
Yeah,
but I like the same weight, I think.
What was that?
9-3.
Like a 9-3. Let's
Okay.
throw a 9. Throw a 9.
We can't overlook that yellow one. It's sort of forgotten back there on the back edge of the 12, and it's close. Might even be the third shot.
Yeah, I think it is. And this one, if you miss the red on the way by, that yellow one they're promoting could get that rock on the corner.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Go. Yeah.
Lily and Sipala. Well, watch that center line now, and then watch that guard. And they're on it. And now they'll kill their own.
Intern's just not behaving for her.
That was a really tough shot,
Yes,
though,
it
Russ.
was.
Like, she just had what she needed. It might have been a higher percentage call. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but just to play the double peel in the top yellow.
And they talked about it. Yeah, absolutely. With the speed Kendra was asked to throw there was zero chance of running that back.
I think yours would hold better.
Yeah.
We're talking about it now. Yours will hold better, and that's absolutely true. Their two interns are quite different.
Yeah, and that is because they don't practice together, with Kendra living in Sudbury and Krista living in Thunder Bay. It's hard to match up your throws if you never see each other.
I'd like to have poke out in case she does play the run, then it's opening it up, and I should just have a nose hit.
Okay. So Team Canada knows that Krista McCarville will likely play the draw if they throw the guard, so they're going to try to beat her in there. That will leave her the opportunity to blast and make some noise in the house, open up her scoring area.
Okay, just there, I think.
Line's
T,
good.
top four.
Yeah, zip for line.
Line only. T line.
Line's minimum. Stay
Four.
down.
T line.
Line's good.
T,
Okay,
running a bit.
Line's
Back four.
really close.
Back four. Back four right now.
Whoa. There it goes.
Back four. Still can't go.
You're by.
Back 8.
Okay,
Back
go.
4.
Let's go here.
Okay.
Spike
Whoa,
to
whoa,
back
it's already
8.
there. It's already there, Shannon. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Spike
whoa,
to
whoa.
back 8. Yep.
Good. Okay, good. Good swing. That's okay too. Yeah, I just didn't want her to be able to freezing a shot. No, I agree. I know what you're thinking.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Just a smidge heavy. You're going to be just T-line back button, so we just had to take it back, yeah.
To sit two without.
I mean, you've had great draw weight.
Yeah, I guess here, right?
I think so. Even if you're here, right? We just saw hers. It curled really nice.
Well, I'd like to bury it.
Yeah, yeah. I had a 14-1 on hers.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Russ, I want to ask you about strategy here.
That's what I got.
I want to ask you about strategy here, Russ. Because centers go up from
She was
Team
a
Canada.
14-1.
And McCarville plays to the wings.
14 and a half.
Really, I mean, she had one just touching and underneath. And, okay. But it seems to me that the game has become more like the mixed doubles game with the race to the middle.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking that if that center goes up from Team Canada, that you've got to, even with, when you have that last rock, you've got to get there first.
That seems to be the most successful recipe for sure. You'll see like a Tracy Fleury always goes around the guard. A lot of it, there's way less people throwing that corner guard now.
Line's good.
It can work,
Line's
but it's a little bit dangerous.
Well, it's because you can't, you're chasing those stones,
Yep.
and how do you get your, draw the play over there when it's through the middle?
No question.
That's very nice. And now did she leave something open?
I think you can pick it across the top of your own back one is the only play.
You threw that great.
Wade was perfect here and just did not quite come up at the end for them. As you see, Ashley's flips her broom, trying to get that rock to cut over there. The call was lines good the whole way down. I think they expected that to bend more at the end.
Because earlier in the game, I felt like that line did look really good.
Yeah. No, I know.
I can never wreck on them, so it's hard to call it that early.
Final stone Team Canada. Carrie Einarson now trying to help it over. Here she goes. Harris You got it? Yeah, you do.
Good call, Dom.
So facing two with their
Qualities.
last.
Very nice throw there.
Same thing, same path. Just need to get it. Bite the four.
Yeah.
And she's made a couple of beautiful draws so far, McCarville.
Gotta go for weight. Okay, go then. Line's good.
In that first in particular.
Line's really good.
Needs four against two here. Oh dear, oh dear. Here comes Potts. This is going to be interesting. Have you got enough, ladies? Have you got enough to get it to the four? Yes, you do. There it is for a single. Ah, yes, Thunder Bay flag, the sleeping giant.
Sweepers pick this up right out of Krista's hand, and you actually see Kendra finds a little extra in the tank. She increases her frequency as this rock is coming into the house, swings behind the rock to get maximum drag, keep this rock from stopping.
We're tied at 3, semifinal from the Scotties. If you drive about an hour north of Winnipeg on the west side of Lake Winnipeg, you'll find Camp Morton, and when you drive by, you'll see the sign that says home of the 21 Canadian champions, Terry Einarson. And the Gimli Curling Club is just a little south of that. As we welcome you back, Team Canada and Einarson looking to win a 4th straight championship. They have the hammer here in 5 after a very nice shot by Krista McCarville to pick up her single, and we're tied at 3.
Krista McCarville's draw weight has been just perfect this game. The only difference is she's had trouble with a few of the lines, not quite getting them where she wants them, but they're all surrounding the button. Like, she's got the 4-foot in her back pocket right now.
Even the freeze, it was a foot heavy, was just a little mismanaged, or the score wouldn't be the way it is.
Yeah, it's keeping her team in it for sure right now.
Oh, light. Hard then. Tight. Go then.
Hard then, hard.
Really light.
We're really light.
Hard.
Sorry, guys.
Really light.
Why can we not figure out our weight? We should almost try not to get it over. We almost should have gone you.
Yeah, just fall on it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in a really good spot right now.
I think so.
Interesting. The first can to come around was wide open, and Team McCarville decided to freeze to it over curled, which buried the rock, but set up a nice corner freeze situation. Ran made both perfect.
Yes. Yep. Really hard.
Yes.
Really hard.
Hard. Gonna have to roll like getting that rock.
Harris. And drives it by the pile in the rings. Shot stone belongs to Team Canada.
Rolls over for a corner that can be used later.
Are we second? Yeah. This side's a little nicer. Like, I guess kind of what I just shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Comment, this side's a little nicer, just way light on the last one, but that was operator error also.
We're halfway at most.
Yep, hold it.
Yeah, we gotta go for.
Hold it. Hold it. Keep going, Kendra. Okay, easy, guys.
Pretty
easy,
long.
easy. Whoa, we can't overcurl. Whoa, don't want to overcurl.
Huge finish in tight here. You get into that 4-foot area. That intern really
Whoa, you're good.
warps
Whoa,
across.
Watch the side one too.
Yeah.
That yellow one over there, Val.
Looks like it should go over it.
Should go over the top of that corner yellow when you hit about half of this one, half of the second one.
Yep. Yep.
Yes!
Hard.
Whoa!
Nice.
Oh, very
Good
nice
call.
to get them both. Shannon Burchard.
Like
Really
this
nice.
at all?
Good calling.
Tap freeze.
Behind you.
Yeah. Or we go here.
Either that or we just nose. I thought we hit that top one.
Hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
well,
could try to stick. Doesn't hurt.
We can try to stick on the side.
Not much space, but
We could just nose it too. Then they're splitting the rings though.
I like trying this.
Try to stick.
I
and
like
if we
trying
pick
to
it,
stick
we
it
pick
over
it.
there.
Okay. 10.
Yeah. 10?
Yeah.
Just a hair high, really.
Even if you pick this clean and roll out, Canada probably will deal with that red one. Where do they roll? Well, there's probably going to be a double for Team Northern Ontario.
Yep. 9.5. Yep.
A little better than she was yesterday, 59%.
Yep. Yes. Hard, 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 hard. Gotta go really hard. Really hard, really hard. Okay. Overshake again.
What?
So on Loxton still
Yeah,
leaves
yeah, I
Team Canada with last rock, shot stone. T-line, edge of the button.
That was the second best option because now
What?
Canada can take a free run at this, maybe roll behind the corner.
Throw here.
You can turn a little narrow again. There's a theme with almost all the players. It's up to skipper to make that adjustment.
Yeah, sometimes just open up the broom a little bit and make the shot versus hoping that they throw it different every time.
It's totally free to move the broom.
Consistency, the name of Val Sweeting's game. Only one game this week. Under 80%, and she's 84 today.
Okay.
There's a chance there to get one under.
Yeah, probably the most she throws for 10, I would say.
Yeah, there's some space to work with. Even if you roll in between those two yellows in that port,
What was my last?
makes Team Canada think a little bit, and you might get a miss on a finesse
What was my
shot.
last weight?
I didn't get it.
Okay.
I think it was like 9.7.
Yeah. So wait, she wants 10? 10.
Just 10.
Close. Whoa. No, 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 no. No, no, Ash. Hard, Ash. Hard. Hard, Ash. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
10.
Just across the nose, gets a little turn towards center line.
Roll it, roll it. Okay. 10.
But setting up here for a deuce, Team
Throw,
Canada.
I still like here.
Probably be a double opportunity here, depending on the roll.
Yeah, they don't want to roll too far and make the angle less steep.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, same. 10. Yeah.
Same. Yeah. I think it's just a hair left.
Hard. Gotta go.
Hey.
Hard.
Burchard,
Hard.
again, never raises a head. It's just up to Harris
Hey,
to
that's all right.
lead the way.
Kind of like that spot, really. The roll's still there, but it's a shorter run back now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the roll.
Yeah, the big roll. I just, if we ever roll to here, she's hitting and rolling this way, but there's no double then. But yeah. We'll
I think,
go 10.
I think you
10
take
like
the run at the
Henderson.
roll here.
Sure.
If you nose it, Carrie Einarson will roll away, or she could even try to roll under and put some pressure on Krista to make the double.
10, same as your weight.
Trying to roll, sorry?
Yeah. Yeah. Try to roll fully, I think. I just don't want to roll just a little.
yeah,
Right? Fully or even a little more.
Or
I
big.
guess.
Yeah.
Roll dead behind it. There's a
10.
pretty easy raise, but there's going to be a fairly simple double.
It's probably closer to 10.
Yeah, much better on her draws today, 48%.
Ash.
Yesterday,
Hard, Ash.
Go, 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 go. Go, go.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's fine. Okay.
Just gotta roll big, I think.
Yeah. Well, I can try.
You could try and come off the back of that too.
If we go here.
Yeah, I think so. Just get as much space.
Yeah. Unless we could throw this turn. The out turn, yeah. That's a little dicey too. Okay. I think we just play the roll and
that way. Yeah. Let her go off the half rocker. Blank. Okay. Blank.
Yeah, I agree.
If she doesn't, we get our
Because if we go the other way, it brings force into play a little more.
Yeah, I agree.
If they roll, it's either going to be here, and then it starts to get a little thinner as you hit it thinner. But every one of those angles really doesn't change for Krista McCarville's perspective. She just throws it hard, and she can get basically anything over on this line.
But they also looked in, they rush it, maybe rolling in behind their cover, that corner rather.
Yeah, and if it goes underneath, there's still a double, unless you roll right to the edge of the 12-foot kind of thing. This is safer, and you know, Krista still has to make the double.
10? We're 10?
No.
Curl. Close.
Curl.
Her previous low, 73%. And 66 now. Carrie Einarson trying to roll it away.
Okay.
And going to lose that opportunity for a couple, it would seem.
just a little solid compared to Val's.
That was just plain overthrown from one of the best throwers, hitters you'll ever see. She's on that broom every time, but that was an overthrow. That's how they gave up the steal in the second end, too.
Even the sweeper said, oh, that's harder than I thought it was. You get a little more adrenaline in these games.
A little big.
Now, roll this under.
Force comes out of nowhere.
9.5. Yep. 9.5. Yep. Hard.
Sorry.
Whoa. Yeah.
Simple.
Never off it.
All the way down.
Anything, Kendra. Anything.
End to end, roll it underneath. Oh, no, not quite.
Good sweeping.
That's good. All right. Good sweeping.
Just any thinner, that spins a bit.
All right, Carrie.
A game and a half.
Rick Lang already coaching as we get to the fifth end break.
Yep. Clean. Good clean. Looks good.
Looks good, is good. Just the fourth blank end for Team Canada all week. But that rollout, she misses the opportunity for a couple.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Home Hardware, Here's How. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Well, he's probably feeling a lot better about his team after the first five and compared to last night when they were outplayed. They're tied at 3 with the three-time defending champions. Team Canada, let's check the numbers after 5.
And Team Canada, the only end they scored was the third end. They were able to capitalize on a slightly misplaced draw by Krista McCarville, who made a beautiful draw for one in the fourth end, just gets there to count 1. This game is tied. Northern Ontario is getting outplayed by Team Canada, but the difference here is Krista McCarville. So strong, Carrie Einarson letting them off the hook.
Numbers after 5 are brought to you by PointsBet Canada, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. Reed Carruthers with some instruction prior to the start of 6.
The Briar's special.
Just tradition. A celebration of Canadian curling.
Get loud, here we go.
It's everything.
Briar is epic. Newfoundland wins.
And that's where we'll be next week. Our opening weekend coverage from London, Ontario, the Tim Hortons Briar, as we take a look at a terrific field. Many known names, some not familiar to us. But topping Pool A, the Manitoba champions, Matt Dunstone, who's been there before, but this is the first time he'll represent Manitoba. And Matt's with Kathy.
Matt, when you look at that field, talk about the depth of the Briar.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I like every single year we talk about, you know, the field being the best field that we've ever seen, and you know, it's a phenomenal thing for our sport. And you know, I see a lot of younger faces in there. I see a lot of guys I played my last juniors against in there too. So I think that's you know, a pretty cool thing for our sport, and beyond excited for next week.
Talk about your team. You have someone from Cooey, you have Colton who played with you in juniors, you have EJ from Brad Jacobs. What has been the secret to your success this year? You're number one in CTRS.
Yeah, you know, we came together so quick, and you know, having Adam Kingsbury in there, I mean, nobody gets a team to gel together as quickly and as efficiently as he does, and so that's a huge tribute to him. And you know, it's just worked. It's nice having kind of the younger and older guy at the back end, younger and older guy at the front end there, and you know, it's just something that's been a really smooth fit. We have a ton of fun together. We've become really good friends really quick, and you know, I think that's a huge part of becoming a really good curling team. But you know, on the flip side, we're always hungry. We're always working very hard. You have four guys who are very dedicated to this sport and all have the same goals, and that's been a huge part of our success.
In 2016, that was the last time you wore a Manitoba Bison on your back in juniors. You've been to the Briar as a wild card in Saskatchewan. What does it feel like having that Buffalo back?
Yeah, phenomenal. I mean, you know, that's the dream growing up as a Manitoba kid. I mean, you're watching Carrie, Vic, and Jeff do it, and, you know, it still gives me goosebumps thinking about it. I mean, we knew we were going to be at the Briar, but that game meant so much to us, playing in that provincial final. Obviously, Colton getting his first as well. That was a very cool moment for all of us to be a part of that with him.
2011 was the last time that Manitoba won a Briar, and ironically enough, it was in London. Are you feeling that maybe that's got a little bit of an omen for you?
We've brought that up amongst ourselves, so we're hoping that's a little bit of good karma.
When you watch this, Phil, I know it's hard for your partner Aaron, who lost the BC final, so you've been here all week. What have you seen about this that you either take to London or that gets you fired up to play?
Yeah, it's just great being in the championship atmosphere. I mean, a lot of the time when you get to these new buildings, you're kind of soaking it all in, looking around, getting a feel for it all. I mean, just kind of being around here this week, you know, feel pretty ready to go. And just to be in this championship setting, it just gets a guy real fired up to get going when hopefully we're going to be in this position a couple weeks from now.
Thanks, Matt. Good luck. We'll see you in London.
Thanks so much, Kathy.
Okay, stay close,
Manitoba
Sarah.
champion, Matt Dunstone. And it all begins, of course, next Friday. Next Friday evening is when draw 1, March the 3rd, from London. And yeah, it was one of the nicest things in his post-game comments. He beat Reed Crothers, by the way, who's here and coaching Team Canada, who will be a wild card. And you know, the fact, yeah, you watched Kerry Burtnick and you watched Vic Peters and Jeff Stoughton with that last Manitoba win in 2011. The history of the game in all provinces, but in particular in a place such as Manitoba, means a lot. So we're tied at 3 as we pick up play here in 6. And once again, it is Team Canada that does have the hammer They have the last rock playing the Yellowstones. They've got a couple of guards, but shot rock right now belongs to Northern Ontario. Just back button, but it is open.
Where are we going?
Team Canada missed a short double, but made the tougher one, and that makes it a little simpler. That guard's long enough that you could probably get around and chase something, unless it was top 8-ish.
Well, I thought that was there.
You can hear the excitement in Matt Dunstone's voice, can't you?
Line's really good.
I can't help but smile listening to him talk about the upcoming championship for his new team.
Wait's there. Great. Just Ash's rock.
Wait's there.
Just Ash.
Wait's there. Don't want to.
And it has to help him being in this environment. The more excited a player can get for these championships, just looking forward to embracing the moment, it just creates this perspective of gratitude and just that excitement. It leads to those good performances when you can't wait to just be out there and get into the action.
Yep. Like back 4, back 8.
Sure. Back 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for Reed, too, sitting on the bench all week, you get to see the game from a different perspective when you're watching as a fan, when you're watching as a coach, and things you can pick up on watching when you're a little less invested emotionally. I'm sure Reed is very emotionally invested, but for Matt, watching as a fan, seeing all this curling, there's stuff you're going to learn seeing it from that perspective outside of your own team.
2011, their last championship in Manitoba, Reed was on that team of Jeff Stone's.
Keep going. Curl, keep going. We're on the top. Gotta go. Keep going.
Someone said they're on the top, and they are.
Yep.
And they'll roll it away
Okay, that's fine.
to sit second shot.
Just a little up.
Yeah. That's really good.
Well,
Good. That's okay, Val.
maybe the first time in the game, I think, that
Run probably a little.
with last rock, Team Canada's chasing here.
Yeah, they are a little bit. Overthrew that just by a fraction.
This is where, as Northern Ontario, the first half of the game doesn't matter. They're looking a lot more comfortable compared to last night, but still not quite there
Line's good.
with their shooting. But
Yeah,
it's
really
a tie
cool.
game.
Okay, line's really good.
And they have a chance to put a lot of pressure on Team Canada right now, who will be frustrated they didn't get that simple 2 in the 5th end.
Wait's there. Line's great. Bite
Wait's
4.
there.
Line's great.
Wait's there.
Line's
Perfect.
perfect.
There.
Line's perfect. Just bite 4.
No.
Sit. Great shot. Really. I think exact same time.
Did you?
14-9. 14-8-8.
Right on the nose, but
I
if you
kind of
don't
like
make
the run. What do you
contact.
guys think? Because even if we miss it, she's got her.
Same shot.
Same shot's not bad.
Same. It'll be in a good spot.
Problem with
You
the
like
run back,
that same
so
weight?
long.
That was at 12-8.
Yeah, it is, and it's getting
I
late.
think a little less. Okay.
Yeah, if you happen to not make noise in the house, that'll be a red guard going
Yeah.
up, and all of a sudden the scoring area is really small.
And then it's Anderson's first shot. She's running back the wrong color. If she misses it, then she's got a really hard shot with her last one. This is the right call for sure. If you'd ever get to the nose here, they have a chance to get a decent end.
Curl.
That's line.
Curl. Keep going. Curl.
You're getting
Got
it.
it. Straight.
Straight.
Hard.
Back 12.
Go. Yep. Great shot.
Really nice, Val.
Nice.
Perfect
Atta girl.
stone.
Great shot.
That directional brushing is
Perfectly.
just amazing sometimes.
That
Like
was
that,
nice.
that
Yeah,
I was
nice.
right
Good
behind it. That looked a foot or two heavy. That's all, but it was way out there. Next thing you know, they're carving it and then straightening it out.
Back 12.
Go. Yep. Great shot.
Really nice, Val.
And to Team Canada's credit, they're always ready to jump
we
in.
would've
Like
rolled it a little
Brianne
my
was
way just
ready
to
to
open
go
the
as soon as it was called on to keep it straight, and that can save rock. Sometimes you see that other sweeper standing right up, doesn't even have 2 hands on their broom. You always have to be ready to sweep.
Yeah, we've watched that a lot where they've overcarved them and crashed on the guards.
Oh, wait. It looks like they're hitting. Maybe. I don't know.
Only 9.5. Okay. Hit about half a rock.
Okay.
It's just behind it. Yeah.
Trying to hit and roll under here, Russ?
I thought maybe just to hit and then push the red one sideways, maybe a little bit undercover.
I think, and as long as they get under is the key. They want to be beside it. If they hit this really thick, they might set up a red double.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're trying to roll under.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yo. Whoa. 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 Kendra. Hard, Kendra. Hard, Kendra.
Lily.
Hard.
Bang and
Whoa, whoa,
kick it.
whoa. Good.
And now they punched it out the other side, it appears.
Good.
What have you left?
I think there's enough space to make the double, but you'll be right where you don't want to be.
But it's not easy. Yeah. Won't too much, eh?
No.
And you're right in here somewhere, which could be
You got it.
good. Could be bad.
Well, because it just leaves that room to get in there, right, and take it away from you.
Krista McCarville's made a couple of those perfect.
It's just you think there's barely enough room to get in there and
Yes.
save the end. She has to be perfect with that rock top 4 foot in the way.
I don't see many other options, do you? I guess
You could come around top button and sit shot, but this is probably the easier option if you're Carrie Einarson.
you go out, turn, freeze.
Pretty good. Yep. Yep. Yep.
What a record that is, huh? 49 games and you're 43 and 6.
Hard on the yellow. Hard on the yellow.
Burchard. Bang. Come on. How's that? That works. But again, there is room to get into the pin.
And they're only one, not two.
Yeah, if this kicks that second red out another 6 inches, that's really scary for Team McCarville.
Now this will be a little dicey. She knows the draw weight, but boy, if you touch that red back,
We got to get by there, right?
don't want to do the job for them.
Oh, the heavy's a disaster. That's how they gave up the first three.
Right on the pin. Right on the pin. What's that? What'd she say?
Right on the pin?
Oh. Yeah.
You can glue to your own as an audible.
It's not the end of the world to be right back on a red.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
frozen, obviously.
You
You
know
guys think
this weight.
15?
I think.
Yeah,
14,
close.
8,
14, 8, 15, yeah.
Still should be fine out here. And, you know, we've had the 6th end mop. A little bit of fresh pebble right where Krista McCarville's sliding right now.
79% on her draws so far here in this Scotties semifinal. 3-3 tie.
No line, Ashley, hard.
There is room to get in.
Line's getting better. Ash, hard.
Sipula.
Kendra.
Kendra. Now there's Kendra trying to hold this up as it starts to bust. One more time. Can you get this through? And they will not.
Okay, that works.
Well, it may take the way of that little tap on that red, right?
Yeah.
But can you get in there with the other turn possibly?
Yeah, I think so, Vic. Can you split it for 3?
Ooh.
Just
Wow.
full 8. Yeah. I swept it the whole way full 8, so.
Oh yeah. But just nudge it if you get 2. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Just down here, get your 2.
wait.
You got to get your
I'm thinking
2s.
just like
If you're
back row it.
aggressive, kick that to there, roll to there. That's very difficult, but it's not much different than the shot for 2. I think it's there. But there is a good example. I call it mesmerized by the line.
We're straight
When
tapping first.
Krista
and it's
McCarville
going,
let that
okay,
go,
then
the
we-
brushers went, "Ooh, this is a little light," and they brushed it. And all of a sudden, the line caller goes, "It's way out there, it's way out there," and they quit communicating, and they waited for it to curl, and they got their wish.
You can just think, draw on your own, and I can
Yeah.
see that there. Yeah.
You got it.
Do we ever play the chase on this out-turn side? And if we tick ours, we're in for shots? And
Either one
For
looks
3?
good, or you play this. Try and chisel this top one.
yeah, it's really, yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
try that. But
I like this,
Yeah.
Carrie. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you got it.
So they're going to try it.
Carrie's just mentioning you can throw it like a heavy draw and try to tap that back red out, but you can also carve in the yellow red one, and then the yellow might sit 2. This is easier for 2.
Sweet. Back 4, back 8, back 8. Back 8.
Final stone, they have one in their pocket right now, Team Canada.
Back 12.
Sitting back, button, center line. Burchard
Back 12, back 12.
never lifts.
A lot of weight.
Never lifts. And watch out. Oh, and then they'll push it too far. Shooter spins away, and they'll have to settle for just a single.
I'm just having the absolute best time. They're so much fun to play with. Just the pure joy of curling for them is the same joy that I have. So it's been just an awesome experience.
And it will be on to the final for Manitoba.
For us, it really doesn't matter the team. It's just a matter of trying to go out there and play our best. And we always want to try to have last rock in the last end and see if we can make some magic happen.
Yeah, it's a rejuvenated Jennifer Jones, and we've seen her play with an enthusiasm that we haven't seen for a while. Always a great player, always a wonderful competitor, but yes, she is truly playing with some joy and looking to win a record 7th. Our good friend Vera Pezzer there, those years playing with Joyce McKee, of course, all those years, and then Carey, Rachel, and Chelsea Carey with 2 in the last 10 years. And then you look across, of course, and there's Jennifer Jones along with Kathy and Jill and Dawn. Good stretch there. 08 through 10. And now Carrie Einarson looking to put herself in position to win 4 in a row to match that of Colleen Jones in the early 2000s. Welcome back, everybody, to this Scotties semifinal on this Sunday afternoon. Missed opportunity for Team Canada. You wonder if they will rue that opportunity. Tried to play the little tap up. Maybe the draw would have been the better choice.
Yeah, 2 would have been a lot this late in the game. And it's easy from up here. I think she tried really hard to get the 3.
So it is Northern Ontario that has the hammer. They have the last rock. Playing the Redstones here in 7.
Just seeing some overthrows from Carrie Einarson, and that can happen when the nerves, when the adrenaline get going. Your heart rate at baseline is a little bit higher than usual, so you don't feel it when you're coming out harder, but you have to adjust in the game and just realize, okay, I'm on the overthrow side of things, so everything's going to feel light, and trust that your sweepers can manage it for you. They can't do anything when you're heavy.
It's a funny game so far. Team Canada's first 3 are 11% on average better than Northern Ontario, which means McCarville's shots are harder, but she's 17% better than Carrie Einarson.
Now, I know the old adage, right? If you're not nervous before a game, you maybe shouldn't play the game. But by the same token, it surprises me somewhat that people with that kind of experience would still be nervous.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that she's nervous. I think everyone is going to feel nervous in these games. I'm a little bit surprised that she hasn't managed them quite. We see big, deep breaths in the hack, so she's aware that they're there. But you would normally see an adjustment made, and she's been consistently heavy on these misses this game.
I think you get mesmerized by the line in a big game. If I was coaching Carrie Einarson, I'd say I wouldn't try to hit the broom for the rest of your life, because she is so close anyways. Get that speed right.
11-5. Gotta go. Gotta go. You gotta go.
Really go to get the roll.
No, never mind.
No, and it'll sit right there. But,
that was a chance to get under there.
1-2, certainly for Team Canada without last round.
I should have said 10 and then
tap that here.
Oh. We could. Do we make the double on those top 2 ever?
I'm more just thinking.
Yeah, the double is there.
That was what I was thinking. That would roll at least.
9. 8.5, 9, Ash.
Okay. You got it, Ash. Let's make it.
This makes some sense. If you stick it on the left one on the side, you're virtually buried.
Whoa.
Kendra.
Whoa. Go,
yeah, that's
Kendra,
not a good sign.
Whoa.
You always want to convert with last rock. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Hey. What'd you say? A little game of Plinko the other day, Kathy? That's what that was.
Good call, Chris.
This is where the skip percentage should add it to them for that one. That was a good audible there to get that redirect.
Okay, shot right above. And back 4. Okay. All right, you got it.
Sure gets them out of trouble in a hurry, Northern Ontario. Shot rock belongs to the team from Thunder Bay. Center line, back edge of the 4. Val Sweeting.
We're top 4. Line's good. Gotta go for back 4. Line's good. Lead only. Gotta go for
Perfect.
Race close for back 4.
Lean it.
Top 4 wouldn't be wrong either.
We're
Nice. Perfect.
Reed's really good. Little tap right now.
Whoa.
Line only.
Whoa.
Little tap. Coming down.
Curl.
Curl. Reed's perfect.
Curl.
Yeah.
Go. Curl.
Right to the face.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Really nice.
And right to the face.
Good Val.
Just really well managed there. Out of Val's hand. Bit of a misread, top 4. It actually wasn't, but Brianne reevaluated the whole length of the sheet, and because they knew the line wasn't tight, they yelled top 4 to the hand, but they didn't jump on it because they know they can drag it at least 4 feet. If they hit it later, they can be patient because they're so strong at brushing.
Like 14-7?
Yeah.
So similar to last time?
Yeah.
A little bit better in this side as the game's gone along speed-wise.
Okay, more line.
Little bit of
Roll
room.
line. Roll line.
No valves. Look there.
Top button only. Tons of room.
Carve it, Ash. Carve it.
Looks
carve
like
it.
lots.
It is. The weight's, it's trying.
Got it, Curl. Come in. Go, Ash. Go. Both of you, go. Go, go,
Seen the carve work better and better as the game goes on this week. This is walking.
That came down in a hurry. You wonder about that stone. Same thing last end.
14-7.
Back button or top button?
Like, frozen to ours is pretty good, I think.
Okay.
Getting
Hit.
through there and to the T line will be a win.
Yeah, like.
Speed
We'll
should be
just-
similar.
Yeah, we'll just be patient.
Yeah, speed's good on both sides. I feel like
Pretty good spot for that red one, though. It's
Yeah, it's definitely usable. Better than chopping off and making a pocket at the back of the 4-foot.
This makes Val's a little tougher, too. If you could get by that yellow Canada guard and still rack on the rock that was just thrown. So this will hook. This will hook hard if the speed's good.
And you can hear them calling for line, and that's Harris now trying to hold it up for them.
Keep on, keep on. Keep on, keep on. Keep on.
Now they'll get by that one. Can they get by this red? Look at that. Oh, dear. How nice. And that there's still room. The pinhole is there. But that ability to hold that stone right from out of her hand, you heard Einarson say, yeah, line, yeah, line. And that Harris's sole responsibility to hold that up.
Just maximum effort from her, but Shannon's not helping because they know that this is heavy, and they tell Carrie over and over again, only for line, so they can just walk this in perfectly.
Beautiful shot.
Whoa. Whoa. No.
Kendra Lilly. And she'll get rid of that center line guard, drive it through.
Yeah. It is. But she would have to, like, she could slam it and get, well, this one I think stays there, but I think center line.
Yeah, like if you could walk it down here would be great.
That would.
Once and then just here.
It's
even.
like the shot rock just has the back half of the pin. But there is some room between the two of them.
Yeah. I think so.
Have a little short run.
She was looking. So I gave you here, so I'm going to take a little bit more.
Tricky guard. You can blast those yellows and certainly get one of them out and get rid of the frozen red. If the guard over curls, and if it under curls, you've got that raise from Kendra's first one.
Okay. Guard?
Yeah. Splitting center that'll partially guard the red biting top 4-foot, and then straight guard the yellow shot rock in the house.
This is where you throw your bigger rock, right?
Straight in-turn draw. The straight in-turn draw is top easier to me, but yeah, I think so too.
So already thinking about what to do with their stone, which is top edge of the 4.
Line's good. Line's perfect. Line's perfect. Super tight right now. If you can.
Same as my weight, I think. Tight.
Just short. Okay, line's great. Stay close. So. No, line's good.
Coming down a hair. Coming down. Gotta go if we need line.
Finish it.
No, just a bit. Yeah.
Finish
it. You.
Either one.
Hard.
That's good. Thanks, Paul.
Another couple inches would have been better.
Tap it here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Nice weight
Still
carry.
pretty good.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Right on the nose.
Block this.
Than the other one.
Yeah, because the top,
exactly.
if she makes, I can slam it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the method to her madness.
More 14-5 to tee.
Yeah.
But
it
they
is
could have
never
brought
come
that
up
a little
to
farther and
they're
made
gonna
this
need-
tougher.
See, back 4, back 8.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking here to draw.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm thinking probably here.
Yeah.
It's gonna hold for a bit.
I like that. Looks good.
Yeah. I don't know that this.
Thought they might throw some speed at this, Russ, to try to
Back 4,
get
back
these
4.
yellows to spring off the button.
basically
But
to tap it right on the
I think
nose
she just
that
wants to
yellow.
tap and get shot. The pin is available, but just.
What do you guys think?
Well, you got 14-7 on mine.
Yeah, it's 14.5 to tee.
Yeah.
Does that look like too much ice or?
No, I think I like it.
Yeah.
These are
close.
the toughest ones out here because
It's
you
supposed to
throw
be
this
aggressive like
3
golf.
feet
Yeah.
farther
Right.
than you've got the broom and you hit a quarter of this rock go across the top. Consequently, shade light, it's all over the center guard.
Krista McCarville. And her first. Down by 1 as we play in 7.
Just back forward.
No. Ash. Hard. Hard, Ash.
Sipala.
You gotta go. Really hard. Hard, Ash.
You got it. Go.
Kendra.
Now holding it up. They want to line this up. Just tap it right to the pinhole. Tap it right back to the pinhole. Oh, and they're going to roll away. There was that room. Had they gotten to the nose, pushing the yellow, they could have grabbed the pin.
It went after it really aggressively because it looked wide and actually over curled it.
That great. I tried to be more proactive with the card.
Should be able to. It's either that or do we play the in-off? Can it hurt us? I don't think so. Yeah.
Timeout's been
I draw
called.
very
so
hard. I don't think it's there.
Oh,
Team Canada coach Reed Carruthers making his way to the ice.
Yeah, because she can't really tick this one. Do you guys like playing the in-off?
Playing what, sorry?
In-off? Definitely there.
Like, she's got it.
Yeah, I don't
She's got lots,
Do
yeah.
you like playing this in-off?
No, I think you just draw right in there.
Yeah, isn't it kind of flat?
I don't know if I can.
Oh
to
yeah,
be
it's there
honest.
for sure.
It's
The
just
draw
there.
through the
It's
hole?
definitely
You
just
just
there,
have
to go like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you did this,
Feather
that's not
tick's
bad,
okay.
yeah. You'll only have that one up.
Yeah, that's
you're-
all or nothing.
let her
and I
have
think
that.
it's
Let's go
flat.
right to the button.
This is a little easier.
The miss is to be a hair light and bite the 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of half around
So I
the
gave
8.
Val here.
The miss is bite
They're
the
already
4,
looking
okay?
at the in-off.
Heavy's not the miss here. So what are we thinking for top 4 weight? I'm
Well,
seeing
that
it-
was a
Are we,
16.
so we're not going right down? We're
Yeah.
going-
We are.
No,
That's
we
the-
want to be right here.
Yeah, the miss
okay.
is a hair light, not deep.
It's like a 15-2.
Okay.
Yeah, 15-2 is
Because
what I
right
see
now
too.
she's eyeing this up.
Well,
But-
yeah, but you make this
But
shot.
if
She
we go
doesn't
here,
have
she
it.
has nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little more ice, I think.
That's where I
You gotta
gave
get.
for Val.
You gotta get close to this.
You know it,
That's where I
Carrie.
gave for you. So just send her more.
15?
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, he's very definite, isn't he? Knows what he wants. Draw it right in.
Well, and this is actually what the team wants. They've been very specific with Reed. They don't want to waste any time in these timeouts talking about what they want to do. They want to know what he likes. He's sitting on the bench as if he's playing this game. He knows exactly what he would want to do, and they want to use the rest of the time talking about how to make the shot, which is exactly what they did, talking about tolerance, which is an extremely important piece in this shot. A little light's okay. Heavy lets McCarville off the hook again.
Small port with that corner red guard, but Val Sweeting came through there. Now you've got a in-turn as opposed to Val's out-turn. This really does hook hard.
Top 4. T.
Really
top
has
one.
an opportunity to
Easy line,
take this
Greg,
end
T-line,
away from Northern Ontario if they could lay one in there.
curl.
We're back 4.
Back 4. Whoa.
Now he's just got to get it off that guard. How skinny is it going to be?
Hard. Oh, you're
Really heavy.
Yeah.
And heavy it is. And that was the danger. You heard him say, Reed Carruthers,
Okay. Well,
light. Better light than heavy. And she's heavy. But did you see the numbers? Just 54% on her draws.
She just doesn't believe how quick it is.
Line would have been perfect with 4, 6 feet less weight. Use your brushers.
You guys like that ice? T-line weight. Got Gotta throw T-line.
And the coach knew. Light better than heavy.
She threw a 14 and it was almost
Yeah.
So 14 and a half.
I think this is still just a shot for one, Russ. I don't think she can bump that Team Canada rock back button.
You don't,
Can she?
I think she can. It's not easy, but
I think you kind of got to play it.
you throw back 4 through that port, you're going to be awfully close to scoring 2.
She's been all over the button this whole game.
It taps to the other yellow. It is too.
T, close. Just T. Okay, yeah.
No,
Back four. For line. Back four.
And you got the chance.
Becky.
Can you make the most of it? Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville. Kendra, it's Lily. You got to get it through. Help it down there, Kendra. You got to get it there, Kendra. Don't roll off. Oh, and she's heavy. Oh, now did you move it far enough? Did you tap it enough?
Maybe. Heavy again.
Yeah, it
Do
looks.
you want to look?
Think,
I mean, it looks like that, but
it looks one red. Yeah.
it's close enough to measure, right?
I would measure it.
Okay, we'll measure it. Shoot.
Boy, the opportunities missed here, Joe. By both.
Doesn't seem to be timing much quicker, eh? Like it's
No, but we heard from the players earlier in the week, sometimes that hog to hog is misleading. There were points where it was timing a 15, but the backline to hog line kick time was really, really high. They're just not quite catching on to it, at least in this line.
Nobody times from the far hog line to the T line, and it's greased lightning. It's not digging in like it did last Friday night, for instance.
And a game this big, if you've looked at that the two for long enough, you might as well just put a measuring stick on it and make sure they did move that yellow rock.
Great rushing by Kendra Lilly to carve it over to make contact.
Team Canada to Northern Ontario. And it is red. One red, one Northern Ontario. Oh boy, we're even again.
She did that on purpose.
Semifinal of the Scotties.
Line's good.
From Kamloops, BC. Our final day here. Manitoba awaits the winner. Championship comes your way tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Jennifer Jones looking for a 7th. Team Canada hoping to get there to win a 4th straight. And after a couple of silver medals, Krista McCarville would like to take that step up, one step to the top of the podium. Tied at 4, we go to 8, and Team Canada with Lash Rock playing the Redstone.
Hard, Will. Gotta go. Really hard.
Yep.
It's a little slower on this side, and extremely fast on the other side. Game on now.
And to here, do we think it's 14-5?
I do.
Did you get a time on that? Well, yeah.
No,
14-5, right?
Okay. Yeah, 14-5.
Well, let's go back and talk a little bit about our thoughts coming in. And a Northern Ontario team that had to be deflated last night mentioned that they were quickly off the ice, went back to the ice to practice last night. What's your impressions, Joe, of Northern Ontario today?
Yeah, whatever they did between ending the game last night to this morning into this afternoon, it's worked. They're still missing shots, but you're not seeing the way they were missing last night. Last night it was hard out of the hand, woe out of the hand. The throws were off. You're still going to have misses in a curling game, but they seem to be a lot more dialed into the process, and they're throwing the rock better, so they're getting a better read on the ice. And they're also capitalizing with Krista's rocks. Carrie Einarson is leaving opportunities out there, and they're doing a good job of capitalizing where they can, and that's why this game is tied.
So they're 78% today as a team. They were 70 last night.
Yep.
Shannon Burchard.
Well, solid.
Curl.
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 Keep going, Val. Hard, 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 hard. Okay.
That's good.
As for Team Canada, Russ, they looked very good against Nova Scotia. Seemed to get back to the kind of game they wanted to play. Are they playing it today, or are they a little off their game?
Three of them are. You know, I think the three in front of Carrier have played very well, put a lot of pressure on Krista McCarville. Krista's responded herself, and Carrie's just been on the heavy side. And you know, we had to tap for two, had a hit and roll out that might have been a force. The little heavy in the first end, second end. For whatever reason, it's she's getting to the hog line in a hurry.
And Carrie's off her game certainly at 59%.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Not deep, not deep.
Oh, it's got to sit. Sit. 15. Oh.
Is it that little bit too deep, Russ?
I made it.
Well, no, I don't mind it there at all.
Curled a little, eh?
I mean, you heard Joe, a groan from McCarville.
It's a thin double here, and they're taking a bit of a chance. You miss this double, that red one's in pretty good spot. If it was higher, Shannon Birch is making it for fun.
Yep.
Hard. You got it, Val. Go,
Swinging.
Hard, roll it.
Bang. And over on top. Bang, Bill.
Okay, good. That's fine.
That little extra turn maybe shows a little bit on the outturn side now.
That's okay, Shannon. That works too.
I was really straight through with it.
That's okay. That roll is really nice. It's pretty much deadlocked, like there's no space.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
So Team Northern Ontario is going to try to come into the house and just release the red rock from that frozen situation. They're going to try to over curl a little bit.
No line.
Little bump.
No. How much? How much? T-line. Go around it. Sarah. T-line?
No,
T-line. Yep, hard line. Whoa. It's way
Yeah,
deeper.
boy, is it ever heavy.
I did not think she had
Just
that.
not recognizing the two different sides.
Double. You know what?
If you
The
just
peel,
get the
Wow.
top one, that's okay.
the peel's not a bad call, because then they have to protect it.
My first thought was peel.
She was thinking peel, maybe.
I think so. Or throw hack and play it tight. It just doesn't curl here.
Yeah.
I like peel here.
I agree.
Okay,
yeah,
Joe.
Because they're gonna have to.
I mean, it's set up, it seems, to play the yellow onto the red, but they're electing to peel. Why?
Just keeping it a little bit more simple here.
Yes, really hard.
We saw the tops run really straight in the first half of the game in this spot.
Whoa.
Okay.
But they'll leave that shooter way out there.
Intern tight guard. Really high. She has the outturn tap, Sarah.
Okay.
Like same thing,
Tight
freeze.
Yeah, then she picks her red.
Yeah.
Top 8.
It's not like Val Sweeting to nose that dead on like that.
No, 98% of the
Yeah.
time that's made in
Gone.
her sleep.
You got a second chance.
Still think that's there.
Line only.
Kendra
whoa,
Lilly.
line. Line's good.
Really close.
Line's good. Yep, line.
Way lighter.
Oh, yes.
Gotta go for weight.
Line's perfect.
Wait, Sarah. We're there.
Close.
Ashes.
Ash. Go. Okay, whoa, that's good.
Nice, Kendra.
Nice shot.
Oh, I'm being pretty good.
Yeah, I think she just wants to make everything go all over the place. Okay, you got it, Val.
Is the yellow going anywhere, do you think? Or
It depends where they hit it, Vic. If they hit it on the right side of the red that Carrie Einarson's got her broom, it'll stick. If it's on the center line side, I think it'll spin right out of there.
Such a long run back.
Oh, it's jumping.
Clean. Just peel?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
and just peel it is.
guarding this rock,
We guard
right?
tight,
Yeah,
eh?
I guess so. We'd be able to tap and roll, but yes. Yeah, a little tighter, I think, for sure. Yep.
Certainly your numbers
Speed's really
are
nice
better
down
than
here.
they were last evening.
Yeah, I think halfway.
Yep.
Halfway.
Okay. So we want her to
Right on center.
playing after ours.
I guess there's only half.
I got like a 15-3 on yours.
Yeah, it feels very quick.
Okay.
Yeah, this side is just downhill.
Now, last night we were saying that sometimes the information from the front end
Halfway.
was maybe a little negative before you throw. Is that kind of information to McCarville the right information to pass along? It's quick.
I think so, especially if it's feeling faster underfoot than it actually is. They want this guard to be out of the house. If you don't, if she's a little bit on the light side, that plays. Heavy helps Team Canada.
Easy.
Line's
Whoa.
good. Whoa, easy.
Line's good.
It's a little higher. Hey, Ash.
Whoa, no, not Ash.
I thought last night was maybe sometimes the front end was planting more doubt than they were actually helping.
Yeah, and this information's about speed,
It's gotta sit. It's gotta sit.
not about lines. They'll be the experts on speed here.
Go.
Do the job.
Well, knowing Carrie Einarsson's hitting ability, they might just pick that shot rock out of there.
Yeah. Or do
you
you
ever-
like a bumper?
Bumper? I
Play
like
weight
bumper.
where you can maybe keep your shooter
Bumper's a
in the
little too
mix.
much.
It's just hard to roll and stay second shot
Yeah,
over
just-
that red one at the top of the 8.
Yeah, because they can only see a half, and wrecking is not an option this late in the end, this late in the
It's a
game.
hack waiter. Yeah.
But just killing it's not too bad.
You guys like bumper?
Okay. Yeah, where do you want the shooter to go?
Well, it's hard to stick it in the 12 or in the 8.
Okay,
So
just try if we can.
yeah, I think so.
But sometimes you try so hard to stick it, you tick on a top one, and you're in trouble. Just kill this red one. Yes, there's a come around. Yes, there's a run back, but make the other guy beat you.
The thing with this weight, though, is you can hold it straight or you can carve it. Use your sweepers
That's
here.
right. That's true.
Carrie Einarson in her first. And try to hold it up. Brianne Harris as it so you can hear it. Hear the cheerleading going on from Burchard. You can do this. Now late. Here we go. And very nice. That's I love that. Listening to those two work that stone down there. You can do it. Come on. You can do it. Hold it for her. And then Burchard with a couple of late licks.
That matters. When you're sweeping by yourself, you don't have the other brush to kind of race against. So having someone encouraging you gets that extra little bit of pressure, a little bit of speed.
Okay. Yeah, it curls really nice. Yeah, I like that. Be close.
So shot stone now is top edge of the 4. So Russ, a little bit more room to get in there as we check the numbers. And certainly Carrie Einarson on her draw weight in particular is off. And a better game from Krista McCarville compared to last night. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
I don't think any less than that. I don't think.
I always thought Krista McCarville, you can throw the percentages out in a lot of cases, but when she does miss, it's so close to being perfect time after time. She had a couple draws heavy, but mismanaged the one with it for the 3-ender, but this should be close.
And she's been drawing so well this game.
Line only right now. Line only. No, line's
Boy, arm is up
Line's 5.
from Lily as if it's heavy out of her hand.
For line. She cannot.
Shot stone is top edge of the 4 and buried.
Because it's a lot.
And on its own, now Sipola is there. Ooh, they got away with a little wick, and then it goes too far.
Yeah, I got 14 on
So Team Canada will have their chance for a deuce here.
Good try.
But Carrie Einarson is going to have to find her draw weight. We showed you she's struggling, and she'll need a good piece of the 4.
Heavy when she lets go. She always tells me.
Might have some backing.
So, and we left her back.
This is a massive extra point for Team Canada. Help your skipper find draw weight right now.
It's almost up to speed here now on this side.
in a 4-4 tie, playing the 8th. And Team Canada with a chance for a huge 2.
I liked it. Should be close.
She liked it out of her hand.
Curling now. Yeah.
Harris. Perchard.
4
4-foot. Sweeting has her brush down. T-line in the 4. This is where we want you to plant this. You got to get it over here. Right there will do for 2. The Einarson twins, Chloe and Cameron, they're both 9 years of age. Cheering on Mum here in the Scotties semi. Struggling, Carrie Einarson with draw away, finds it with the help of her front end of Harris and Burchard. Val Sweeting on the line, called to pick up a very big 2. It comes in 8. As we welcome you back to Kamloops. Semifinal Sunday at the Scotties. And here at 9, it is Northern Ontario, last year's runner-up in Thunder Bay, that will have the hammer in 9 playing the Redstones.
Line's getting better. Go hard, Ash, hard.
That draw was so important for Carrie Einarson. This may be a bold statement, but if she misses that draw, I don't know if they win this game. That chance of to be only up 1 playing the 9th, everything stays tighter, and still she's looking for draw weight. But here, now she has something to refer to if she has to throw another draw later this game. She was having such a hard time finding it.
Top 8? Okay, yeah. All right.
And to Northern Ontario's credit, they were all over Team Canada that end. If Krista's her guard curls up a little more and doesn't leave that lightweight pick out for Carrie Einarson, Team Canada is still in a ton of trouble.
Yeah, they guarded the wrong rock there. Just need a little more curl. You're right.
Keep it out there right now.
Line's good. Yeah, line.
Yeah, line.
Hard line.
Top 8, weight's good.
Hard line.
Hard line. Coming down, top 12.
Whoa. Okay. On the front. Easy. Whoa. Maybe split it off a bit. Okay.
Yeah, just like,
just
lay to the hand.
Yeah, let's make that.
Yeah, it's Sabine Val. I thought you could get it there, but yeah,
They split those off so that, because Carrie loves to make those runbacks, but hooking them would have been beneficial too, because then you've got one protected for a while.
Yeah, if this run back is made, all the plays around the corner. Got your bonus point already there.
Yeah, just roll it. Okay, whoa, Sarah. Whoa, Sarah. Whoa. Okay.
Could have kept that for a double corner guard.
I don't love just giving them 2 just because.
You can nut it into here. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty thin.
I think we still got to do this just so that 3 doesn't come into play. That's true. All right, you got it, Shannon.
They're always engaged, and you hear them. May not see them, but we hear them. And, Brianne Harris saying, I just don't want to give them a deuce because we can, and we'll take the last rock in the tie game.
Curl.
Do they have to play this, in fact? Is that the right play?
Yeah, it is, I think, Joanne. You don't want to give up 3, anything. Tie coming home, you've still got a good chance. But I heard her say, we don't want to give up 2 just because. And the just because is what you can't tick with 2 good shots down the center line. Let's say tied coming home in the 10th. And our stats have it, team with hammers won 8 of 14 times. That's only 57%. So you've got a chance tied coming home.
Line's good. You have room. Whoa, guys, whoa. We gotta go easy unless you really have to.
Sarah's rock.
Sarah's rock. Hard, Sarah. Hard. You gotta get it further. Go.
Hard, Sarah Potts on the right-hand side.
Weight was perfect. It just did not want to walk over for them. Sarah did well to get almost the majority of this rock covered.
The open line we're thinking. This because it's hard for them to hit and roll buried now.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Bumper.
Boy, well thought out. You could, if you graze the guard, there's probably a red double, which would be outstanding, but you heard the front end again say they can't roll buried with that red one in the way, so they're going to be patient, hit the open one. That's really good call.
Heavy bump.
Whoa, curl.
10-5, 10.
Clean, straight. Curl. Whoa, curl. Curl. Keep going.
Sit around, sit around. Okay.
And Will finally settling back into the 8th.
It's okay, Val. Did you
Cross
get a
in
time
the hair.
Ashes?
What's that?
Did you get a time on Ashes?
An incredible roster of athletes offer their insight and testimony into the role of black players in hockey. Black Ice, the acclaimed original documentary, is now streaming on Crave.
Playing another come around here. Freeze right on top. The Northern Ontario stone that's just top 8 foot. They'd be sitting second and third if this is made.
Back 4, back 8.
Thanks.
Back 8.
We know the speed on this side of the sheet.
Sarah. No, we're. Yep, go, Sarah, go.
We gotta touch
Got to touch something here.
I know, yeah.
And will not. And all the way through.
Yeah, just play it tight.
It's okay. Did it seem like that much?
Okay. Oh, with like weight?
Oh, you want to just play like a bumper?
Yeah, bumper's not bad. What do you think, Val?
Okay.
Or do you like hack?
I don't mind hack so we can control it.
I like it.
All right, sounds good.
Now they're changing gears a little bit. I think they're trying
I
to,
think just a smidge less.
utilize the brushes with this softer weight choice and hang around and put the force on.
Yeah, you pick this and roll out. You leave a double. The blank is back in play.
Yeah. Both a bump.
Hard.
Val Sweeting.
Hard.
Watch that center line because there is that guard coming up, and it's in a hurry. Oh, golly. How do you save these time and time again? Brianne Harris, Shannon Burchard.
Incredible.
That was amazing. Lightweight, out of the hand, able to hold that the whole length of the sheet.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get on the other side of the line. I went, oh. Yeah, I think I started sweeping it before they even told me to.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially down the center, you as a front end brusher can really tell with the motion out of the thrower's hand whether they've dumped it a bit or popped it a bit.
You also look at the other end. You know how much of the center line you need to still have to get by the guard, so you don't even have to wait for the line call sometimes.
Line's pretty good.
Chance to freeze here, though.
Easy if you can.
Line's okay. No
Yep.
gotta
go. Yep. Hard.
We gotta go.
Yep, you gotta go. Hard. Really hard, guys.
Gotta be there.
Hard line. You gotta go. Hard. Really hard. Right to it. Go.
I can't really. Oh, good weight, Kendra. Good weight, eh? Yeah.
Just over curled.
And they're 15-3, so it makes sense for that path.
So plan A is thin?
Yep.
Okay. You got it. All right, Kara.
Okay, guys.
Then
We're 15-3 on
On
our
the side one?
you skip Stu's.
follow that red.
Yeah.
In here, you should lose the shot rock and stick it on the top 8-foot rock.
Yep. Right up. Yep. Hard. Keep going.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Let it go. It's okay.
Just like that.
Yep. Everything goes. He's their own as a catcher sitting to. Trying to force here Northern Ontario to a single.
Thanks, Carrie. Good throw.
Had a 15-3 on yours. A little wider, obviously.
Okay.
But he's
Probably similar, right?
Yeah, I thought I was a little soft on mine, just for you calling line.
Okay.
But yeah, it's lightning here.
Okay.
That took a little more than yours.
Line's good. Hold the line if you can.
Hold the line?
Room.
Hold the line if you can.
Line's good. Yep. Line's straight. Yes. Yes. Yes, line. Red line. You're by. You're by. Whoa. Kendra. 15-5. Kendra. Well, just Kendra to curl.
Whoa, easy. Whoa.
Oh, very nice. And around she goes. She's buried. Northern Ontario, 4 foot.
I know. She's always going to have that, but.
And that's quick there.
You're by. Whoa. Kendra. 15-5. Kendra. Well, just Kendra to curl.
Whoa, easy.
15-5 is very fast, hog to hog.
Down the center, too. I think a little wider. It's quicker than that.
Team Canada was always going to have this shot off their side yellow if they were in for shot.
Ever stick it to, you're buried in the side of the butt.
Always that deep breath. And then the throw. Einarson. Gotta go with it, Harris. Gotta go, Brienne. Got one. Oh, goodness. They got away with it, but it'll allow the...
Coming pretty hard. That was almost missed.
Can you not make a play of the one at the back?
Yeah. I thought they might try to, Vic.
Because they're setting up for a straight draw here, are they not?
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
it's right underneath. You could probably make it.
Similar weight. Similar.
With the with that out turn, do you think?
Yeah. I think in turn might be easier because you only have to kick the rock a little shorter distance. And
you can't roll out, huh? Wow.
I think you can, Vic, but it's you miss, you lose.
Yeah, sure enough. So sitting one, facing one, sitting back 8.
Same line.
And a full
Line's
8
good.
foot is what's needed by Krista McCarville, Northern Ontario.
Have a look, guys. Have a look.
Curling.
No.
Stay close. It looks
Wider
okay.
line than the other one.
Are you sure you can't clean it?
Oh, yeah, we're fine.
14-9. Just clean.
Good.
One red.
And they are fine.
Sorry.
But still forced to a single. Team Canada leads and has the last rock coming home. Northern Ontario lead Sarah Potts. As we welcome you back as we go to the 10th. 6-5, Team Canada trying to put themselves in position to win a 4th straight Canadian Championship. Should they make it through to the final? As the Manitoba team with Jennifer Jones is waiting. The winner of this one. Northern Ontario looking to steal their way into that final after 2 silver medals, including last year for Krista McCarville. And it is Team Canada that does have last rock here, coming home and the lead by 1, playing the Yellowstone.
And came around beautifully, top 8, but might be a little cautious. There's room for Krista McCarville later in the end to sneak around this top 8 Team Canada rock. So now they're going to go top 4.
The no-tick rule, not being able to move these rocks that are touching the center line, puts so much pressure on the lead of the team that has the hammer.
Again. Good.
If that ever slides another foot deep, that's real big trouble for Team Canada.
I don't think so.
I think we gotta lock that on.
14-5, 14-7.
It's top 4, Ash.
Yeah.
It's an interesting situation. A double peel's very makeable, but where's the second red going? It's going to go right into the pile.
Are you ever tempted to throw that long guard? They talked about it briefly. Just knowing Shannon Burchard, she makes so many of these double peels.
Yeah, well said.
You can't hope for a miss from her.
Yeah, you don't want to leave her that double peel.
Line's not bad.
Line's good. hard.
Hard,
Sarah.
Sarah. Coming. We're not bumping. Go, go, go,
Go,
go,
go, go, go, go, go, go, go, go.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, Ash.
Manitoba leads all teams in steals, and Northern Ontario is number 2.
Really good shot because they got that yellow one where they want it.
Yep.
Yeah, and their red is in a great position to be used later. Perfect line and perfect weight there from Northern Ontario.
They hit this pretty thin not to jam it.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, yeah.
So that up-weight ability, Burchard. Oh, and there you
Okay,
go.
that's fine.
Straight back.
Go. Okay, good. That's okay.
I think it took a jump. It fell back and then we said roll and then it caught.
Yeah. Probably like halfway to tight, eh?
Just surprised them. It curled a little
Okay,
bit
that's
more at
fine.
the end. Said it took a jump.
Go. Okay, good.
Little unlucky that stuck it perfect.
Shot stone still
Goal
belongs
line
to
for
Team
Red.
Canada. Back at the button center line.
Hold line for a bit.
Ashley Sippola.
Line's good, clean.
Don't need
Clean,
to.
line's good. Clean.
Weight's good.
Easy,
Huh?
easy. Whoa,
Easy,
whoa,
easy,
whoa.
easy.
It's gotta, whoa, it's gonna have to sit. It's good.
Good shot, Ash.
Shot, Ash.
Really good. I think anything but tight. We want to keep them peeling, right? Yeah. So that's lightning. We've got a good enough setup in the house.
So anything but tight. You hear the front end of Northern Ontario talking. Keep them busy. Team Canada peeling.
Yeah, they know who they're playing. Anything tight, and you'll see Team Canada try to run it in and disrupt this Northern Ontario stagger at the top of the house. Keep it halfway, a little bit high. They'll just have to straight peel. It's risky to run it back when it's higher because sometimes you're so close, you hit it right on the nose, and you miss everything.
Northern Ontario's got a lot of options here. They've got that red tap freeze. They've got the out-turn weld to the button.
Half. Okay.
Too tight. Yeah, don't want to.
Okay, little more line.
Don't want to.
It's gonna be Ash's rock.
No, no,
I think it's tighter than,
yeah,
a little tighter
okay.
than me.
We
Line's
really
fine
can't.
then. I think line's okay.
We gotta get it to sit. It's gotta sit.
Not a lot of rotation. It should grab in here.
Sit down. Sit,
Sit.
sit, sit, sit,
Sit.
Okay.
God.
What are you thinking? Run it or peel it?
I think running straight back. I think it's your best chance, Joanne. You could peel it, but the reds are pretty nice for McCarville.
Yeah, knowing your opponent, Krista's missed, I think, one draw this whole game because of weight. She's been so close.
Whoa. Yep. Yep.
You don't want to leave her come around the stagger here.
Whoa. 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 Yeah. Whoa.
Good shot.
Very nice.
Super shot.
Gets rid of the stagger, rolls the shooter over to cover the edge of the 8.
It's really good. We blocked the draw, too.
Yeah. Great shot. Really good.
Yeah, that's a
Nice
point.
one.
Huh?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That out-turn draw is gone now.
Yeah, that Team Canada stone
Middle's getting
rolls a couple feet to the right on the screen, so now the out-turn freeze on the back yellow is very difficult to navigate.
It's probably there with a back 4 or something, but not with a freeze weight, I don't think. Great shot. Number 1 third
Higher.
all week.
Okay.
Easy for line.
Ash is rocketing.
Higher.
Ash.
Easy.
Ash. Line's good.
Halfway to tight.
Halfway.
Little past half.
Whoa.
Actually, it's not much higher now.
Whoa.
A little bit.
Whoa.
Just let it
Whoa.
sit.
Whoa. Whoa.
Sit. Good, Kendra.
Good.
Yellow one is.
Okay. Put your arms. Okay.
Oh. Easy early.
Yep.
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 Yep. Right to it.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Yep.
Like that one there.
Nice. That's okay. Good girl. That's good. Nice throw. Nice shot. I don't mind that yellow one there because it forces them to play weight.
That's good. Kind of like that yellow there. It's
She's smashing. And then the only thing I might have is this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She could also leave a shot, though, on a smash. Do you guys like guarding one more, or do you like coming in?
I kind of think we have to guard.
And then do you like on the last one, are you thinking the tap, or are you thinking the draw?
Yeah.
Probably
The only thing would be if we're hoping to lie 2.
I know, I just, like, if we come in
Yeah,
now,
you have to
she
be
could
pretty
just
perfect
smash.
if you're trying to make that
I know.
freeze. If I make this good, she could still smash.
Then you guard. She has to leave, like if you make it perfect, she's leaving one. If you make it perfect, you're leaving 1 in there, but then she's probably going to have an open hit on the next one. So you guys want to guard now?
You would.
Oh,
okay,
Rick wants to
timeout.
call a timeout.
Timeout.
Oh, sorry, Rick.
What were you actually originally thinking?
I think it's
well,
more
the
if
garter, I was thinking garter freeze,
If
right?
we want to make her draw against 2, I think you do this. If she smashes, you hope 1 stays in. You come around and you make her draw against the loss.
Well, she would just nose hit.
The only thing is she
No.
might slash this way and lose everything.
That's what I was thinking. Then we come here and she has a draw.
Curl a hair. Well, yeah,
Yeah, we have to
It's a
try,
tough
but
shot.
it's not the easiest.
I like to
That-
dissect the center line guard.
Yeah.
She can't.
Yeah.
She can't stop everything, and what freezes that one, then you've got that tap in.
Make the tap versus
Or
the
draw.
outturn draw.
If she tries to run in and makes it, well, so what, right? 4 feet in front, 5 feet in front, right on the center line, so you've got both shots.
Yeah.
And if she peels, what do you like? Do you like the tap
Well,
on the last one?
then you, whichever. Like, but if you can make the over freeze, that would be the best shot.
Yeah, the over
curl
would be the
freeze.
best.
We need it to be 4 feet out of the rings, though. Like, don't we want it a little longer?
Yeah.
Well, I think 4 feet is pretty long.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Even right,
right,
here.
right on the
Too tight,
center
I
line.
think.
So we want
That yellow there.
Yeah.
That yellow.
That yellow is helping us right
Say
now.
if I have all of the red, what do you like?
Yeah, it's still. I think you're still ripping. Rip the guard.
Right.
Well, so we know if they put something up Russ like that, they're going to rip it.
Yeah, exactly. Because then Krista McCarville can, if you leave it there, she's still got this shot and she's still got this shot. So
We don't want to fully cover our red.
No. Just like split
Split center's
line.
good.
I think
Yeah.
Rick makes a good point there.
So.
It's quite quick.
Jody,
here.
is that yellow here? It is in their path, right? Because you also thought about coming down and maybe playing to the back when freezing to that Team Canada start.
Yeah, and you might see Krista play that on her last. She's seeing it there. I think it's really tough to navigate that court.
With T-line weight, I think it's not there. You're right.
Line's
But
good.
maybe like bump it a foot.
Okay, go hard then. Line's good. Hold it
I heard
out
them
there.
talking. They want to sit 2 and have Carrie
Line's
shooting
good.
against
Hold
the
it out
loss.
there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Wow, this is so long.
Hard. Keep going. Go. Go. Okay. Whoa. Okay. It's good.
It's a little higher than they thought.
I don't know. Good sweeping, guys. Good job.
Now, you heard Reed said wherever it stops, basically peel this because, they are 1 up with hammer here. It makes a big difference.
I haven't made too many of
You
those
might
pictures.
chase that red one with a soft weight in turn or something if you were tied. But 1 up, Krista
Okay, guys.
plays the tap. You're going to an extra round with hammer at worst. If you, for instance, chase that red one, jammed it, they sink another one.
Might be a better result.
Yeah. You just have to play it almost like it's almost the line of like you're drawing to the plate.
Sounds like they're lining up a tap here.
Easy, clean.
Curl.
Get it back to the line.
Curl. 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 Curl.
Curl,
Curl. 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 Curl.
Watch the yellow.
Yeah, leave it there.
A little bit of it.
Just off now.
We had 2 teams coming in with on 2 different emotional levels. McCarville coming off a disappointing game, regrouping, looked good start, steal of 2. Then Einarson, of course, their game coming together against Nova Scotia and scoring the 3. The difference, though, really is the deuce picked up by Einarson when she really has been struggling with her draw weight. Just 53%, but got it, found it when she needed it most, and now leads by 1 with last rock. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's favorite coffee.
I think this is easier than the slide by that corner, don't you, Joy?
I think so too, and even just bump your rock in for shot, make them throw.
Yeah.
It's kind of Nova Scotia's motto. Make them throw their last.
And what did Sarah Potts say to McCarville? Really, you're playing a draw to the button, and that stone is getting in your way.
Yes, yeah. Remember this exact same shot they were quite a bit heavy on in 8.
Back 4. Back 8. Close for line. Little heavy. Yes, line. Whoa. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Final stone now. You got to make it. You got to be the shot rock. It's as simple as that. You got to be shot rock. Trying to get going. Simple. Lily, you got to be the shot rock. Touch it up. Be the shot rock. Be the shot, and you are. Timeout called.
I almost like you play it this way. Oh, we can play it.
That was dead on if it was any
Get it all
wider.
moving.
Just brilliant weight control.
And just get them all going.
Just over curled by a tiny, tiny bit. The weight was perfect.
What?
Slide back. Can you run the red and stick it on the yellow?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So there's nose double or hair high.
Yeah, we were thinking this way because just get them all going.
This way looks easier to call.
Yeah, I like that too.
Because you can stuff
and you can hit it anywhere, anywhere high, and it's good.
Okay, so we're seeing which turn at this then?
The out.
I like out.
Yeah.
You'll get a little. You'll get a little bit of curl off the line, but not a ton.
Yeah.
So that's like 2/3-ish ice.
Yeah, 2/3.
Okay, so maybe a touch more than that, and you're trying to hit 3/4 of this.
The other way is definitely a way. There is definitely a way to stick it just on the edge.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Okay, you got it. Let's go.
This. Yeah, even a little less than most. Yeah, this one secure is like no extra as well. Exactly.
But Reed brings up a great point. It's impossible to jam it on there. So if this is over curled for whatever reason, they would play the audible, hit it there, and you still make the double.
But are you holding your shooter, or are you trying to save the one that is second shot?
It doesn't really matter with the shooter. You kill these, you win.
So
Dead
right
on,
now
you save the shooter.
Pardon me. Right now they are. Right now a tie game. Stolen point belongs to Northern Ontario. Yeah, our hits have been much better than draws, but made that crucial draw in 8 for the deuce. The final stone.
Yep.
Trying to put themselves into the final against Manitoba and a possible 4th straight championship. Now late Harris, here we go, bang, bang, away they go. Gotta sit down, and there it is. The win is there for Einarson and Team Canada. As they will add one more to their total. They're on to the final against Manitoba with a chance to win 4 straight. Dad, Kyle, Chloe, Cameron there make the final. Team Canada wins it 7-5 over Northern Ontario, who will this year have to settle for the bronze after last year's silver at home in Thunder Bay. Boy, Reed Carruthers, what he means to this team as the coach. So what a game we'll have tonight. Manitoba against Team Canada. Well played. Absolutely loses everything. Leading by 1, and then that one stays on the side for a single point and a win. So taking that same route they did a year ago when they came through that 3-4 game. And here comes the family. Last year it was Wild Card, then New Brunswick, then Northern Ontario. It's a family affair. Team Canada is moving on.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. By Home Hardware, here's how. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Still time to sign an autograph, despite the disappointment of losing here in this semifinal and the opportunity to move on and play for gold. Last year's silver medalists, Krista McCarville from the Fort William Curling Club in Thunder Bay, settled for bronze this year. Meanwhile, Carrie Einarson all smiles as she meets the media after her win, and she knows now she will have that opportunity to play for a fourth. And yeah, look at that. 1, 2, 3, and 4, trying to equal the mark of Colleen Jones, torn in 2001 through 05. So Einarson is on to the final against Manitoba. Jennifer Jones, what a year it's been for her, and the story to write for her to hook up and play with that Mackenzie Zacharias team. We'll have it for you tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. McCarville and the team from Thunder Bay will leave us now, and we say a sincere thank you. And we'll look forward to seeing you again. But tonight it's the final. Manitoba against Team Canada, 9 Eastern Time, and all of it right here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.